on Misfits. Super KGE and crew will obviously see all the player names and everything here shortly. But first things first, got to take care of the draft for what is this best of 3 here in game number 1. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie once again. And also, I'm going to make this a bit of a tricast of sorts. We also joined by the lovable Rogix is here as well. Rogix, how's it going?
Hello. Doing good. How are you guys?
Doing good, man. It's competitive
Excited.
fun. I love this.
This
dude.
can be a good match. This
Yeah.
is where we separate the boys from the men. This is the big boys playing.
I love your hype, Chessie. It's just so on point, so perfect. No, but obviously, Rogix, you were watching that first series as well. I mean, this has got to be, obviously it's exciting for all of us, but you being focusing on design, this has got to be extra intriguing for you. This is a lot of your work is like, all right, now we're going to see what the top players are. What do you think so far?
I think the metas are interesting between Thailand and Europe.
Sure.
And to be honest, like there is not really a very clear meta at the moment. People are trying different things, different counters. So it is very interesting to watch the games.
And historically, it always varies so much from region to region. I mean, you would know this, Rogix, but when Dota started having this kind of forced spots for the international for all different types of regions, when some regions were a lot weaker than others. South America, for instance, was always considered like a really weak region, and then they got this slot for the international and more incentive to start playing. And people started bringing a lot of different metas from different regions, and they kind of started blending in together. But it takes a while for that to integrate between regions for people to start picking up different types of strategies.
It takes a long time, and it takes a more, let's say, intense schedule of tournaments to actually have these strategies be like homogenized.
Mm-hmm.
It is very interesting to see this in the first tournament, and we're obviously gonna have more and more, especially the big one coming up later on this year, hopefully. So yeah, it is really interesting to see, and I am actually excited for this day, and I'm very excited for next week, to be honest, when the two regions clash.
That's this whole event is just good to be back in competitive HoN, and again, we're going to get more and more insight as far as how they're playing and everything throughout these couple of weekends here. That's one of the main reasons wanted to put on this event, of course. So, shout out to all the teams so far, and what's been a knock on wood here, smooth event here.
All right, what is your thoughts of jungle heroes now? Because when I see these types of like triple stun tri-lanes going up against each other, I just feel like if one team just picked an Ophelia, it is so hard to deal with in this tri-lane type of situations. But either people don't value it so high, or maybe people aren't that used to playing these types of heroes. I'm not sure which one it is.
I think there's two reasons. With my interactions with the pro players, it's mainly you have a lack of players that actually play jungle. That's number one, and they don't really know how to efficiently use that role. And number two, it's probably a big change from PK to Reborn, where PK you have like an extra camp in the jungle to use.
Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah. So in the next patch, we're gonna have like a nice map change that we are currently testing in our SPT. Yeah. So hopefully with that change, jungle would be a bit more viable. And also,
I don't know if you know about this, but I have a 90% win rate with Ophelia, and I'm up to 2k now. So if you can boost that a little bit more, I'll be very happy.
What are you doing? You're buffing Chessie. It's all for you.
I do remember being the one like lowering your win rate, Chessie. It's okay.
All right, this draft is just about finished. Obviously, plenty to talk about here. No jungles once again this time around, but how about this draft? I mean, Andromeda proven to be a higher tier support certainly, but on the Legion side for WAGPO, they got Andro, Behemoth, Forsaken Archer, Gauntlet, and Pharaoh. Good composition. On the other side, a bit more of a strength core. You got the Armadon, of course, mixed with a Magnus, Valkyrie, and Rhapsody. And we're actually waiting on their final pick now to come. But Super KG, will start with you.
I mean,
What do you
this
think?
very good on both sides.
What do they still
Did
need
you
on
say
that
Super
whole board?
K? Did you say Super
Did
KG?
I did.
I wasn't sure. Like, did I speak out of turn there? Did you refer to Radix? I wasn't sure what was going
Yeah,
on
Super
there.
KG playing and joining us on the broadcast. No, I'm over there. Chessie,
Yeah,
what do you think? Is what I meant to say.
But both drafts on each side looks very good. I don't see any clear, obvious flaws like it in the last game. I mean, you have a lot of these tier 1 type of heroes, the meta type of heroes on both sides. You have initiation, you have saves, you have scaling carries. I think the Armadon hero is probably one of the strongest heroes in the game.
Yeah.
In the game right now, along with Forsaken Archer as well. I mean, Gauntlet is also up there. I can see this being a very competitive match.
Rajix, what do you think of the drafts as they finish with the flux?
What do I think about the draft? You have to shut down FA this game. That's for sure. I think they're gonna have like a strong tri-lane probably. So either you really have to make Armadon fat and contest early game stacks, or FA is gonna probably scale really hard.
Yeah.
So they have to play accordingly. Invade the jungle. Don't give FA a lot of space. You can maybe give her the lane if it's too hard to contest, but don't give her more space when the laning stage is over.
Yeah, and I can also see the Hellborn having a really nice timing if they can get this Flux here, because I know Super KG played a lot of Flux and he is very good at it. If they can get this timing around the Flux, even if the Forsaken were to be like 100, 200 gold per minute ahead, which you obviously don't want to have happen, one quick team fight when Armadon has his Aghanim Scepter and or Staff of the Master and Flux ulting them in, Magnus coming on top, rolling on the Forsaken, it can turn pretty fast. I can see the power of the initiation tools. And also the Flux kinda to some extent counters the Andromeda save as well. Because you're pulling everyone in and suddenly Andromeda can't just sit in the outskirts and save the Forsaken every time.
All right, so as we see, into the game we go. Of course, the old pick just to get their heroes now actually picked and on appropriate players. Esthon going to be playing the Gauntlet mid, so it's been fun to, in the first series we saw him on Bubbles and Pestilence, so keeping the, I gotta say, like, obviously, I didn't know what to expect, honestly, guys, when it came to the hero picks, and this is only our third game overall that we're watching, but how much diversity were we going to see? I was curious on, is it going to be the same thing every single game, or are we seeing... I'm happy so far with teams are definitely changing it up a little bit as far as who's playing what.
I don't know if you can say that the Legends team is changing up. They're picking the same thing every single game. They have the Behemoth Andromeda and the Forsaken Archer and then two more.
Well, Forsaken Archer's different.
I mean, it's the same idea of the draft.
Sure.
But Aston loves this Gauntlet. He's a Gauntlet abuser in his matches. And I didn't consider this as well, because I see Super KG is always playing core. He's playing mid or carry in his pause, but he's actually on the support role. I didn't keep that in mind.
He's older now, Chessie, just like you, right? You get older up there, you tend to lean more towards the support role. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, it was like for me, I used to play mid all the time, and then I got demoted, I started playing carry, and then the last 3 years of my career, they're like, yeah, you're not good enough for these roles anymore. We're gonna put you into offlane. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But I know Super KG, I mean, obviously, is still always like rank 1, rank 2 on the leaderboards. He is a very, very strong player, so of course he can still play the core roles. But I assume he also has a lot of leadership and experience that will be suited for playing the support.
That's what I was going to say. I think, honestly, it probably comes more back to he's the leader of the team, he's the captain, making the calls. And I think there's something to be said, of course, that if you're having that mental, the mental drain of doing those calls during the match, playing a role of support, usually a little more freedom to do so compared to being that core role. So perhaps that's a big part of it. But here we go. One clarification too. Joe Kang, that is actually Jajenko or Gajenko. I don't even know how you pronounce his freaking name, but that player, so a player that people probably recognize if you know the higher tier scene. He's playing the Flux there.
And it's hard to pronounce as a cast, the ha 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 as well, but his name is Matej, I've come to learn, so maybe we can refer to him as such.
Alright. Keep that in mind.
Matej, yeah.
All
and I
right.
think this Armadon against the Pharaoh lane, I think Armadon should have a field day up here. He should be very happy with this lane. Mid lane should be probably pretty even. I have no idea how this tri-lane is gonna pan out. I don't really know who I favored.
Yeah, I wanted to give Rodix a chance here. Like, what do you think? This is something, again, his first 2 games, now this game, try versus try. We're seeing the try versus try meta.
It's very interesting, yeah. It is very interesting, but I don't really expect it to last that much.
No.
Especially if let's say like the safe lane on average wins like 70-80% of the times, then you're gonna see the other team try to improvise something or try to win the other lanes more.
Yeah,
So,
I think one, you can pick the jungler and you can adapt to it that way. But the other thing that people used to do a lot of the time back in the day is playing a dual mid. I mean, you can play 2 mid, 2 top when they start with this tri-lane bottom. You can get a pretty big advantage there, and then they will have to rotate out of the tri-lane bottom to send a hero mid. But then you might not have the 2 heroes to go up against the other 2 heroes in the mid lane. But we haven't seen a lot of double mid yet.
Well, we do see, again, both solo lanes in the top of the mid. The try versus try for now staying bottom. So you said, yeah, not really sure who to favor. Ultimately, Legion team, they are pushing the lane up right here. Behemoth, he's trying to set up for a fissure, but unable to find the chance. Pyrat, he is playing, to your point, yeah, this is the 3rd game in a row he's playing the Behemoth. Oh, the Forsaken cannot land the crippling volley in time. Of course, there's a little bit of that cast time there. Something I am noticing that he's doing, though, we saw again right there, he cancels the fissure immediately. So, I mean, he's purposely doing that. That's not misclicks there. But I find that interesting that, I mean, I'm sure it depends on if he gets the block or not, but he cancels it pretty much instantly every single time.
Yeah, it's gonna be dependent situation to situation. But one interesting thing that Super KG did there, I didn't even know you could do that, but he blocked the stack of from the hard camp from the river side of the portion by standing right there.
Oh yeah.
Pretty important to not get that pulled with a stack.
yeah, you can do this on both sides. Basically.
Okay.
Just-
Yep. With a
Really
ward
good
or
counterplay.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
They have both camps open on the side of Legion here, and that's yeah, you definitely don't want to be in that position on the Hellborn side.
Bottom lane, the volley hit, but Volko was able to get the leap off, and there's the fish. So this time the fissure is going to stay because it is blocking pretty well. The regen on Valkyrie, keeping her alive, and good job between Magnus and Rhapsody as well to ultimately save the day. So still no bloodlust, but you can tell WAGPO is they're looking to play pretty aggressive here at the spot, and this is
No
gonna be-
healing potion. Valkyrie's gonna be low for a little while.
all the couriers coming out though, all 3. A lot of regen being ferried out on both sides actually.
Interesting to see that Pharaoh on the sideline chose to go for this bottle here. I think it could be pretty good actually, especially if he manages to snag a rune or 2 from top.
Oh, Behemoth's gonna be gone. He was setting up a fissure. He gets stunned first. The arrow connects, and there's the bloodlust coming out for the side of Minor Totem. They want more. And don't think they're gonna get more. Magnus, not enough mana for another stun, so they'll be happy with that. He does have a lunar tier, but either way, not worth the commitment. But yeah, bloodlust going the way of the Hellborn. He knew it was coming eventually.
And it was very nice that the Valkyrie was able to get that last hit as well, propelling his farm.
Magnus, that was the block right there. A little bit of a nuisance. The fissure, although Magnus, he's gonna, okay, Behemoth having to be pretty careful there. Respect
Oh, Armadon
ourselves.
might get a killer top. No, he got away just in time.
Oh god, that would be big. Yeah. Do you expect? I mean, there's no way solo kill should be happening here, right? I feel like neither of these lanes there should be
No,
a solo kill.
Armadon could kill the Pharaoh. Pharaoh's never killing the Armadon, but
Okay.
it's not impossible for the Armadon to get a kill.
Yeah, so got him low, but you mentioned that bottle pickup, so he's got that to
Got a
work with.
DD on the Flux here. That's a huge rune at this point in the game. There's a lot of damage.
Oh my god, it is. Yeah, Aslan having to back off. He's got a hook combo. It doesn't have his ultimate though, so yeah, he's not going to risk anything under the tower. A double
Initiation
damage
bottom.
scary. Bottom lane. Rhapsody, Infernal's down, but now Super KG is the one that's taking some damage. Arrow does connect somehow onto Forsaken Archer in the midst of that. Magnus tries to finish him off, has a stun coming up in 1 second. He gets a stun off on all 3. Beautiful! from the Magnus. They kill for a second. He goes down, but a 2-for-1 exchange so far, favoring Minor Totem. And it might be a 3-for-1. Pirat, oh, with the arrow. He cannot dodge it in the trees. It is a
very well
beautiful
played. Very well played, but especially by the Magnus there, recognizing his limits. He knew he was going to die, but he put himself in a position in the midst of the 3 heroes to get the multi-hero stun just before he went down. Really well played. And Pharaoh is struggling in the top lane now. This Armoron is gonna start running out far ahead in this lane now, I feel.
Well, you talked about the bottle. I mean, that's the awkward thing with the bottle, though, right? I mean, we'll see at the 6th minute if he goes for the. He's got to go for rune control, right? I mean, you have a bottle.
Yeah, and of course, Eston will be well aware of what is going on with his bottle here. So Eston is going to focus his efforts on controlling the bottom rune instead of going for the top rune.
Oh, he's not going to get there in time, though. Yeah, Jajenko's already there.
Not.
Flux is going to pick it up, and
Yeah.
that's where the bottle feels really bad. I mean, that's 600 gold. It got initial use, but he still hasn't been able to make use of it since then.
Yeah. And this is the exact same thing that we talked about last game, when if you keep leaving your lane, you're wasting 20-30 seconds where the enemy hero is just absolute free farming, and then you don't get this rune. It just feels really bad.
Right.
I think he's just playing the lane wrong. You should just go skip the creeps, pull them into the mid camp or the small camp, and then from there you go get the rune. You don't play on the lane with the bottom.
Oh, interesting. So
Yeah,
skip the creeps
that's a
as
very
in,
good point.
pull the creeps from the Hellborn
Yeah.
pull.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Drag them between the towers.
Bottom lane, that's a couple more kills going the way of Minor Totem. They are making a statement here early on in game number 1. Now, it's a 2,000 goal lead, which is a decent at about 7 minutes into the game, but nothing overwhelming, but obviously a solid lead for
No,
them.
but it is a pretty significant lead though, because of all of these small build-up items that you can be able to get on the
Middle?
Hellborn side, and the Behemoth level 3. Yeah,
This
mid
was
lane
going to
happening.
say, they need Gauntlet to capitalize. Pharaoh comes in, they want to kill this Flux. Flux holding his ground, does take out the Flux though, and Magnus also going to go
Beautiful.
down. Diff stays alive. That's exactly what WAGPO needed. I was going to mention, I mean, Gauntlet just prior to that was pretty much top farm with the Armadon, and he shoots ahead now.
Did
after
he
what
TP
just
mid
happened
on
right there.
Pharaoh? I think he did.
Pharaoh
right?
did, yes. He TP'd mid. And
Yeah, it was really
ulted.
good communication there to set that up. He realized he was strong on Gauntlet. Probably also understood that they were coming in and just calling for him to have the TP ready on the standby.
Yeah.
That's big, really big. Gauntlet is off to a fantastic start now, 450 GPM. Bot lane.
Andro, that's, he's fine for now. In fact, trying to turn on the Super KG. The arrow! Swing and a miss. Very close to the Andro, but manages to avoid. Rhapsody also is good. He's got that heal, of course, with the Disco Inferno. Pharaoh's coming. Oh, no, that was just a rocket. Never mind. That's actually Flux coming in. He's got ultimate, right? Yeah. No, he doesn't, actually. He does not have his ultimate. Discharge 30-second cooldown.
This is a bit of a minor thing that I actually think isn't so minor, but this Ring of the Teacher item in a training situation, I feel like you kind of have to have it on one of the heroes, because
Oh,
it gives
sure.
so much value in a training situation. So the fact that the Valkyrie picked it up, but the Forsaken didn't, it makes a difference.
Yeah. And even if it means being on a support, somebody having it, yeah. Is nice to have. So yeah, definitely an advantage there for the Hellborn side. We mentioned this Flux gank attempt with the smoke, but no ultimate yet. It is off cooldown in 2 seconds. He's stuck around this whole time. Do they go
Yeah,
for a
wasting
play?
a lot of time.
No.
He's 2 levels behind Eston now. It's
Oh, Gauntlet.
pretty rough.
Oh,
Ooh, that would have been bad.
But now this is bad because they know he TP'd away. Yeah, they're going to be scared. They're running Valkyrie Prism. Do they have any vision? I don't believe so. The Courier, he wants to find a hero.
That was really good heads-up play on their side to get away that quickly.
Look at KG. He ran all the way down there, and that's actually going to work. Well played. Yeah, that was a great heads up. That could have been disastrous after the Flux went out. Flux is going top, though. Trying to set up a kill
I
up here.
fear for the Legion team having to deal with this Armadon.
Well-
See if he just might die here, but this Armadon is gonna become really strong in
Oh
this
my,
game.
and he might die. Never mind, he's Armadon, Chessie. That's what Armadon does.
he's
He
gonna
barely
kill
lives,
everyone.
and he's gonna kill everyone. Exactly. I mean, that really was big plays by Flux more so, but still, Armadon surviving.
Also really nice for Matejde to go into the fog and pop the healing potion and get outside right after that. I mean, this hero is so strong, and when he's level 9 now against the level 5 on the Forsaken Archer, if he can get to this Aghanim's timer at a good pace, I can see them rolling over this game. It's pretty far away from that happening already, but I just have a hard time seeing them get kills on him. He is very tanky.
Yeah, Staff of the Master. It makes him into that ball. That
Also,
just
interesting
launches
enough, he
himself
went for the plated greaves. I don't see it all bottom lane.
Yeah,
stuff
bottom
back
action.
here.
Magnus, he is going to end up dying. Well, maybe not. they almost thought he was dead, so they kind of just go the other way. Is he actually going to survive
Yeah,
this?
Killed. Rhapsody.
Maybe.
He's-
No, Behemoth has him.
No?
Oh, went the wrong way. Didn't see him.
Oh, and that wouldn't have been enough damage anyway, so yeah, they could not see him.
Yeah,
Mid lane? Oh, the Wrath of the Pharaoh, he hit the creeps! Oh no! That's unfortunate from Diff right there. The hook ends up hooking. He was trying to save his teammate, is my guess, because yeah, there's no way he's doing anything to Armadon there. Oh,
I'm
disaster.
gonna be glazing this Armadon now, but this Armadon has the potential to just completely run away with this game if he gets his Aghanim Scepter at a good timing. Or Staff Master, sorry. The Staff Armadon
That's the
is
problem with
very
the.
strong.
That's the problem with the Trident, right? Like Fa is level 6 and at almost 12.
Yeah.
They lost the Trident. It's very hard for them to farm jungle now because it's a bit too late. Trilaning is very like a double-edged sword. Either you really do well or.
It feels like an outdated concept, to be honest. I don't know because I haven't played competitive in a while, but it's been a while since I see this like strong kind of tri-lanes with 3 stuns, just do well and take over games. It's yeah, I foresee meta changes happening in the near future.
Okay, that was Andromeda's able to save the Pharaoh at least. So Armadon, of course, no turn kill going to be happening there. Armadon not going to chase any further. Esthon, he's smoked up on the rune. Actually, going to do some good rune control. As the bottom one is rune controlled by the side of Minor Totem, though. So yeah, I mean that Armadon 500 GPM now. I mentioned the Staff of the Master, likely going to be the item that he prioritizes here. First,
What do you think, Rajix, about the plated greaves on the Armadon when there's no like specific situation, like there's no specific reason for the plated greaves? Do you just buy it like all the time?
Armadon.
I think
Or
there
do
is
you-
like the only way Armadon dies this game is like a lot of minus armor. And
Sure.
you have Andromeda.
Andromeda.
Yeah, I think that's the reason.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't have bought it myself this game, but I can also see it never being bad.
Killed. Behemoth.
Behemoth, he was running the whole time, avoided the arrow and everything, but it was just too much chase coming out from the Flux. Gets the kill. Swap from Andromeda, helps save Gauntlet. TP coming in from Rhapsody. And Gauntlet gonna do the same favor to his teammate there, so. Yeah, talking about Gauntlet, I mean, he continues to be the top farm in his team. Still pretty good. 450 is actually second overall in the game, of course, behind that Armadon. I was gonna say, probably want to blink on him, right, sooner or later, but he is... No, okay, he's going Alchemist Bones, right? That build, it looks like.
Yeah,
That's
I
stage
see
two.
him doing this a lot, but I don't agree with it at all in a game like this. Like, who is gonna be making plays on your team if you're going Alchemist Bones here? Like, you can't just sit back and play defensively when you have a Triland that's lost, a Pharaoh that's not gonna be very impactful, a Behemoth that's never gonna get this Blink Dagger. I don't think you can afford to buy Alchemist Bones in a situation like this.
100%. Like you are the guy that's gonna lead the team into coming back, and it's gonna be rough.
That's an item that helps you farm more, which is not a bad thing, but it's, yeah, as far as the pace of the game. Now, actually, they lose Andromeda. They're trying to set up a counter, but how about this? The Valkyrie Prism, and they just split different direction. Magnus goes left, Valkyrie goes right. And Magnus, he actually is probably going to get away here. Yeah, they're not going to
Yeah,
catch
it
him.
does help you farm more, but it doesn't pay off. Like, you don't get a net positive in your net worth until, like, I don't know how long, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. And at that point, this game is probably already going to be over unless they manage to make some big plays in the meantime. So the item itself not going to change too much. Act on top.
Big play is going to happen on them. Pharaoh, but they don't want to overcommit. Double damage on Flux allows them to take out the Pharaoh when it's all said and done. Nice job with the piercing arrows. Good swap. And Dadenko, he's going to be picked off as well as Magnus. So
That was pretty
2 for
major
1.
mistake by the Magnus there. He tried to go back in to save him. Like, when you're that many people TPing in and you're under the tower, there's no reason to run in and just give away your own life there as well. Just cut your losses.
Mid lane.
Armadon has this Staff of the Master now.
Does he
This
really?
is
That's crazy.
their timing to go.
God, 15 minutes into the game, yeah, 550 gold per minute. Staff, Devo Gauntlet, Plated Greaves. Like, how do you kill this guy right now? You don't.
It's very hard, and he does so much damage. I wonder if he's gonna go back for some mana out in like a Blood Chalice or something. Oh, as I say that, he purchases it. He's reading my mind. That's exactly what I would have done here. He is ready to go. He does not need to farm anymore. If I'm Armadon now, I'm gonna be looking to be taking this mid tower. Then I want my team to be invading the enemy jungle and just cut off all avenues for the Forsaken to farm. Magnus going down here, maybe?
No, that's maybe is a key word. Okay, yeah, finally they take him out. You have to use a little bit more than they would have liked, but Wrath of the Pharaoh will secure it. You do see Pharaoh picking up the barbed armor though as well, so an item that certainly can be at least a bit helpful in this matchup, but still a lot of progress to be made. We talked, can criticize it all we want, but hey, it's happened. Eslan went for the Alchemist Bones. We'll need to see that acceleration now for sure. I mean, he's getting close to 500 GPM, but really need the initiation, the powerful initiation for sure. So
yeah, and the Forsaken is starting to catch up a little bit here. He's still a bit behind, but I love what they're doing here. Just like I said, when you pick up this item in the Armadon, you need to get active. Getting this middle tower will open up a lot, and act something bottom as well.
You mentioned Forsaken Archer, and Volka's like, yeah, we're gonna deal with Forsaken Archer. She's getting a little too farmed, and they do exactly just
There's
that.
Armadon coming in.
Yeah, it's going to be a free kill on Andromeda as well, so 2 kills for nothing, and probably just going to push this tier 2.
They should get Conqueror out of this, I think.
Yeah, maybe the tier 2 first, and then Conqueror, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's probably the right call.
What does Forsaken Archer go for, though? She has 2,000 gold, I mean...
Assume Mask of Madness is my guess.
Elder Parasite?
going for
No
Diffusal.
Fire, no...
Oh yeah, the Parasite, what I thought.
Trying to decide.
I
Okay,
mean,
it does go.
Diffusal is really good against Armadon. It's one of the items that's just so annoying to play against. But when you're getting it at this timing, when Armadon is already this big, it doesn't feel as impactful to drain your mana. And yeah, they're gonna be able to get this Conqueror. They're gonna be able to get the bird from it. It's their game to lose at this point.
Yeah, Legion team probably suspicious that it's happening, but it's like, can they really stop it? So.
They can't fight it.
Big
even
kill.
if, Got the kill top.
Yeah, Gauntlet setting up a kill on a Valkyrie at the top lane. Hey, get something out of it at least. I mean, Angel's making his way over. Does he try to snipe this? Oh, that would have been fun, but no. Not gonna
But that is
happen.
one of those things that is a bit of inexperience showing on the part of Volka, I would say, because when you have 4 people in your own team going for the Conqueror, you have no business being up there by the tier 1 top. Like, you have nothing to get from being in that area. You can only feed away a kill and you're 8-0. There's no reason to be there.
That's a good point. That goes back to us not being able to see like the bounties, but yeah, I got to imagine that was a pretty hefty bounty for that kill on Valkyrie. That just happened up there. Probably, I guess, either Gauntlet or Pharaoh got it, but either way, they will take that. And yeah, it is a Conqueror kill. Conqueror gonna push. Where is Conqueror? Conqueror's top lane, so they
Yeah,
push
it's top.
bottom.
This is something I'm intrigued about, because I haven't really quite figured out the best way to utilize this Conqueror myself. I would have imagined maybe they put the bot and they go for the Phoenix, but they choose to put it top and run to the bottom, so I want to see how they make the best use of this Conqueror now. They're gonna TP into the Conqueror. Okay,
I guess
connected
that's
to it.
how. They distract bottom lane, they get the push to the tier 3 towers, kinda, and then they just start pushing top. I mean, yeah, this is already
Yep,
gonna be
I
a
like
tier
it.
2 top tower as well.
Yeah, and this way they're gonna be able to secure the bird pretty easy as well, because now they're all in this area and they can make sure they have good vision here and not get contested in the bird.
Yep.
I think that was really good by them. The macro play awareness there was really good. I wouldn't have thought about it myself.
Right on cue. And that's again, that's been a fun thing of seeing these objectives. Like I said, that this is a new with HoN Reborn, of course, and so that's one of the other fascinating things with the competitive play, to see how they make use of Conqueror and Phoenix when they do them. And yeah, that was definitely some good strategy coming out by the side of Minor Totem. So they're going to secure Phoenix as well easily. They get the tier 1 item. Valkyrie has the egg. She gets the golden reach. We saw that in the previous game, so even more farm to be handed around. And they smoke immediately after, so the Legion team has to be pretty careful.
Yeah, I want to say I'm very impressed with the Hellborn's macro movements. They're playing super well as a team. They are exceeding my expectations of how to play like a team. They really seem like they have something figured out.
They've been putting in practice.
They're playing fast. They're playing fast.
Yeah. And no gank gonna happen with the smoke in the end, but it's one of those like no gank happened because they were doing nothing on the Legion.
Yeah, but the point of the smoke isn't necessarily to get a kill either. It's just to put yourself in a position where the enemy team has to just sit and do nothing, and you can establish all the vision. If you get a kill, that's just a bonus.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
The problem with Legion now is that they feel like they are stuck, but they should not be stuck. Like, look at bot lane, for example. There should be a support here suiciding or just hiding in the jungle, like the good old. I'm pretty sure you remember the Dota metas, Chessie, where you just
of course
hide in the jungle, cast a spell on the wave, make it push. So
but you also don't really have, even if they thought of it, they don't really have that hero that can do it.
Oh, this is just getting worse and worse right now for WAGPO. They lost. Forsaken Archer tried to get crafty, farm in the Hellborn jungle. He was found. They got an easy kill on him, and then they pick off Behemoth here in the mid lane. So, I mean, you could tell, yeah, the Legion's playing scared, as understandably so. The map is really dark for them right now. You talk about, you know, what they could be doing, but it ain't working, what they're currently doing. Minor Totem is just establishing dominance here. 12,000 gold lead. Yeah, and that's the last outer tower also taken out. I mean, we're only not even 22 minutes into this game, and they already have all the outer towers cleared.
Yeah, they should just make sure that the Legion team is stuck inside their base with nowhere to farm all of the camps outside, establish vision, camp their wards, and then get the next Conquer kill. They don't need to force anything specific here.
Wins Kongor in just under 2 minutes. Yep, probably just going to position for that. So if you're the Legion, I mean, you got to try something. Okay, they do have a blink now on Esthon, so he does get the blink. You gotta try to make a play with that, it feels like. I mean, Nullfire, I assume it's still low. Maybe it's level 2. We can't see it as a spectator, but I'm sure it's just going to upgrade that to level 3 eventually. But yeah.
It's also practically impossible to make anything happen on the Legion side apart from getting like the one kill. I mean, what Radic said before is really the way that you need to do it. I feel like maybe the macro movement of the Heroes of New Earth teams right now isn't quite there yet, but you do need to have people pushing out the side lanes, maybe even putting themselves between a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower, taking a wave, just making sure that you create space and make sure that the enemy team rotate. But yeah, we haven't seen much of that.
They try to push out the top lane a little bit, but you're going to have to pay attention to mid and bottom because now they're tier 3 taking damage on the side of WAGPO. So yeah, they are setting up defense. And yeah, Minor Totem, you can tell. Again, it goes back to they're playing this patient. They're in no rush to try to finish this game. Play patient, wait for another call.
They're doing perfect.
Yeah, like for example, if I was playing Forsaken Archer, you need to get out, right? You have no farm here. Just smoke out.
Smoke into the enemy jungle, right?
Yeah, exactly. You need to farm. Like sitting in base is not gonna help, especially if you are the sole carry of the game.
It's like it feels scary to run out because you have no vision or anything out there, but at the same time, if you're just sitting passively in the base, you have no means of winning, so you need to take a risk.
Exactly.
Yep. The old phrase, rock in a hard place, or stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's just, yeah, what do? You got to make a choice in one way or another, though. Kongor is going to respawn here. The perfect timing for Minor Totem. They are setting up to do it. There is going to be no stopping on the side of WAGPO from their positioning. They're just going to try to at least get a little bit of farm. It is back to daytime at least, so, you know, a little more confidence pushing out of the map. But yeah, they have to figure this is happening, try to at least get some kind of farm on the map, and then wait for an ultimate clash to take place. Where are they going to send Kongor here? Phoenix isn't up. Oh, wow, he almost sniped that. That would have been fun.
They should go high ground with this Kongor, and I would love to see Armadon spend his gold because he has 3,000 gold in him now. I don't know exactly what to buy, but I feel like this is a high ground push waiting to happen, and you should not have 3,000 gold on you in that situation.
You probably upgrade the Greaves and just go with the
Yeah, I like that.
With Conquer.
Oh, Flux says now it's time. They go for the gauntlet. Pharaoh, immediate wrath of the Pharaoh to initiate a counter, try to keep the gauntlet alive, swap as well. So gauntlet does stay alive. Piercing arrows doing some good damage. Valkyrie has to leave very far forward, not where she wanted to go. And she ends up dying as a result. Pharaoh's still alive, by the way. He is actually going to live. No, Magnus will finish the job. Is that going to make him pay, though? Probably not. He'll be fine. Well, gotta say, WAGPO, they hold. You get a kill out of
Yeah,
it.
that was a pretty big mistake. Valkyrie jumping in there was no need. They kind of overcommitted, but they're still gonna be able to keep going here.
Conqueror is pushing
Also,
top
they have
lane.
this Conqueror pushing top. Yeah. Oh, nice hook.
If they can kill Arbidon, that's massive. The Rhapsody, is it in range? I don't think it is. He's not being hit. Oh, but they rolls on out. No, the tower will finish him. They kill the Arbidon. And now it's WAGPO pushing out. They're going to get Rhapsody. They need to defend top lane. They do lose the top tower. They're going to kill him before the racks, though, go down. Considering the situation, I feel like WAGPO made the best of this. And they're going to catch Flux. Do they actually kill him?
That's
a lot
fantastic for
of gold.
Legion.
A lot of gold.
Gauntlet going for Valkyrie now. Valkyrie got a little too late to defend. No, he's going to fall. Trying to save his teammate. Save your teammate syndrome is kicking in. And it's just falling apart for Minor
3-2-2.
Totem.
Major mistakes were being made there. Like, even after Valkyrie accidentally leaps into the base and dies, they don't have to keep pushing there. Armadon is half health with no shrunken head, and they still keep going forward, while the Conqueror is still pushing at the top as well. Pretty big mistakes. Still
Yeah.
in the driver's seat, but you cannot have that happen one more time.
Yeah.
He's 8-0, by the way, on this gauntlet on Aston. Very impressive in a game that's looking like this.
And like this is that you mentioned, Rajix. I mean, it's a lot of gold, and that goes back to again the bounty mechanic, the way the economy works right now. It allows for these opportunities to kick in a little more frequently than previous HoN versions, and so Legion team capital. You got to be careful throwing yourselves at them like that.
And now you can kind of see a way for Legion. The game was pretty much over before all of that happened, but now you're gonna have this behemoth. He's level 12. He's gonna be picking up his portal key. He has 5,000 gold on Aston. I don't know what he's gonna be buying with that. But Pharaoh is getting closer to an assault cuirass as well, and Forsaken gets one more item. Suddenly, this is gonna be a game.
I gotta say it, guys. Esthon made the right call on the Alchemist Bones. It's working now. He's definitely getting the value out of it.
Let's not go that far.
No, but on a serious note, though, I mean, again, because they've at least stalled a little bit now, this is where you start to get a bit more value out of it, right?
Yes,
So
of
it's
course.
actually kicking in, and he right-clicks a Frostwolf skull, by the way. You mentioned he had a ton of gold. There you go.
Yeah. I've never actually bought Frostwolf Scouts myself, but this Wolves scouting in fog is like so good for the mid game.
I'm not a big fan, to be honest. I think I would go Demonic and amplify FA.
Yeah, but Pharaoh's
Pharaoh's already
going
going
demonic.
demonic, yeah.
Oh, okay,
There's
yeah.
2 parts for it.
True.
They're gonna do Phoenix, by the way, is they're being Minor Totem, and it is gonna be a free Phoenix. That's another egg and another new item. That's a tier 2 item, it should be right.
The Legion
Yes.
Can't call it free breaking when there's trading for tier 1 bottom.
That's true. Good point. That's the first tower kill for the Legion, but you know what? It's better late than never. So there you go.
Yeah.
What
I
item
mean,
did
if they manage to hold one defense here and win a fight, this game is gonna be even.
Oh yeah.
However, if they can do that or not, that's another question. But there's a chance.
They even got a very good Phoenix item for
The
Rhapsody.
Flamekeeper's Oath. Yep, I see it on her.
Oh, and Demonic is ready on the Pharaoh for this.
Hema thought about going in. No, his support key's gonna be stopped though. Flux with the pullback. Armadon's going very deep. He has the shrunken head.
Shrunken and Armadon there. No Shrunken ready for Armadon now.
Nobody dying though. They want that Rax. There's a shockwave though. Valkyrie gonna get picked off. No, Rhapsody with the save. Magma stuns in. The Rhapsody ultimate is gonna go the full duration. Valkyrie stays alive. And now it's turn for the Hellborn. Or is it? Armadon, he gets too far up front. He gets picked off. You see Magma stuck in the back lanes. I want to kill Fall on the Forsaken Archer. Buyback from Behemoth, but down goes Forsaken Archer. She buys back immediately, though. The Rax is still up. Flux, he is too deep now. He is committed. He's going to get taken out. And WAGPO does ultimately hold. Valkyrie from a distance just trying to save Magma. This ain't going to happen. She needs to run. Esthon in hot pursuit. Does he land a hook here? They get the vision, they get the Frost of Skull, and they get the kill. Can they kill the egg in time? They should be able to, right?
Oh, no.
Oh!
Valkyrie.
That had to be at the last second. Again, guys, I say, WAGPO, they made the absolute best of that, it feels like.
Yeah, I say yes, they made the best of it, but they're playing so impatient on the side of the Hellborn. Like, he is rolling in, like, way behind the racks on the Armadon. The first thing that happens in the fight, and he popping his shrunken head. Like, he's blowing his load so early, and he has nothing left from when the fight actually starts. He's like half health running back with no shrunken head. He is their strongest hero. Like, they are very impatient in this fight engagements. And they're capitalizing on it in the Legion side in a big way.
You need to make the enemy team, like, you need to make Legion jump on you and not the other way around, right? Like, you have a big push, just hit the Rex, let them go on you, and then you can react with your Shrunken or whatever. But you going in and using Shrunken is just...
You even have, like, exactly what you're saying. You can just wait, you can just hit the buildings and let them jump on you, and then you even have the flux with the Magnus to counter initiate. Like, you don't need to overly force this. This is gonna be a big fight for the Conqueror. This is gonna determine a lot here.
Smoke Prism, Team Smoke Prism, they got a good combo there. And Legion team knows
Nice
it.
rocket on the to see that they weren't in. There we
Now
go.
Flux goes with the pull, and Wrath of the Fair on the backline's on Rhapsody, so she's going to be in a bad spot. Tablet forward, Fisher block though onto her. Shockwave only hits a couple, not the greatest. Volka going at it with Foz winning that battle big time. Keeping his distance as well, trying to get those multi-shots off, and Magnus at the front. No, Armadon ends up going down. They kill Forsaken Archer, but Armadon trade, and it looks like WAGPO coming out on top of this fight yet again. Valkyrie, she is going to keep her distance. I'm guessing she'll be fine, but Conqueror stays alive during all of this. That was the intention for sure in both teams. They know how high of a priority it is right now.
This is now a completely open game. I believe that I don't know exactly what happened to the Sand King, or the Magnus, but he died without getting a single spell off.
I think they just fucked up their combo with Flux Ult and Magnus Stun. And the Demonic with Andromeda W is just too much on his armor. Probably Mate needs to complete the Greaves, and maybe even get 2 Greaves. Like 4 seconds of immunity against the FA is probably really strong.
I gotta
and I also think he's popping his shrunken head way too early in this engagement on Armadon. Like, he is just rolling in and he's instantly shrunken heading. Like, I don't think he needs to be that scared of getting blown up immediately, especially since they have this Flux, they have the push stick on the Flux, they have the push stick on the Magnus, they have the Rhapsody heal. Like, they have so much to save him. I just can't see him just rolling in and popping shrunken head the first thing that he does in all of these fights. I think it's pretty costly for him.
Yeah, I gotta give a big shout out again to Pharaoh. I remember that last fight there, called it out from the very beginning. It hit the Rhapsody, and we've seen Rhapsody a couple times with some ultimates, you know, decent saves, and basically took Rhapsody out of the fight completely as well for Minor Totem. And you do that, you definitely set yourself up to have a bit better time in these fights. So I'm guessing he's gonna kind of, you know, that's gonna be his priority in these fights for that Pharaoh. Just make sure to lock down the Rhapsody and prevent her from being overly useful in said fights. Oh, it's an arrow on Forsaken. He's fine though. Is Conqueror still? He's still up. I mean, Hellborn team is. They gotta feel, you know, interested in it for sure. But you see the rockets continue to be used by Pharaoh, providing information, making sure that it's not actually being committed to. Yeah, so you're really in that awkward spot, I suppose, of like you want to do it, but
it's also, why is Armadon in his own jungle farming 2 camps here without, instead of being with his team? It's not like he's like super close to an item or something. I feel like they're very disconnected at this point in the game.
Well, this might bite them in the ass to your point, because they are pretty disconnected. Oh no, Armadon is gonna run right into the smoke by himself. He goes in. Oh, he went for the rune. BKB could be popped immediately, and they just spread. That is a down shrunken head now. So, you know, not a hero kill, but double damage also on Forsaken, by the way. This is tense. See, both teams, you know that they're.
Oops. Excuse me.
Oh, you're good. Was that? Yeah, it's all. Here's some beeps there, but I think we're good.
Yeah, I had an alarm go off.
Nah, no worries. Hope everything's fine. They're gonna use this double damage to go for Conqueror. Gonna force a fight.
Fight this, you don't wanna fight the DD for a second. That is no way.
But Kongor, but Rajix, they want Kongor. Are they gonna try to snipe this? Okay, there we go. They're gonna commit
Good
somehow.
shot.
There goes Kongor. They get the kill now, but the shockwave follow-up. The Rhapsody, beautiful protectability from the uphill. It does eventually get stopped, but definitely mitigating plenty of damage. But there's a double damage Forsaken. You called it. As soon as she shows up after Kongor goes down, it is just evisceration favoring WAGPO. Armadon is going to be ran down, and he too will fall. So Rhapsody doing his best. Good placement there, but it just is not enough. And yeah, it's that awkward spot. They did not want to give up Kongor, but it ends up costing them their lives.
Sanking Jet or Magnus Jet again couldn't get his ultimate off. And I don't know if the Armadon had Shrunken Head up yet in the fight, but I don't believe so. So him being disconnected from being in his jungle and rolling in, instantly popping his Shrunken, cost him pretty severely in that fight, not having Shrunken Head available.
Magnus, there we go. Big eruption coming out, but the follow-up's not there immediately. Here comes Armadon. Shrunken Head activated, trying to finish off Gauntlet at least. Yes, he takes him out. He gets one big kill out of there. Pharaoh, it will be another. You got Andromeda's going to do a good job
Nice
positioning
TP in the fog there.
out, yeah. So they got the melee racks though, right? Yeah, they did get the melee racks middle. And Kongor is still pushing top lane, so I still think WAGPO overall is satisfied with this outcome here, of course.
Yeah, and I think at this point in the game, even though they're pretty even in terms of gold and XP, I feel like the Legion draft at this point is much easier to execute in these fights. Like they can kite around this Armadon pretty well. They're draining his mana. He's not so tanky anymore.
You just go for Phoenix. This would be big for Minor Totem, of course. This would be the third egg for them this game. I think we're probably in that tier 3 time as well, right? So this could be a pretty big item.
What drops?
Yeah, it's gonna be a free Phoenix kill for them. No defense at all. I don't know if they even have the idea that it's happening. There's a Phoenix egg for Phoenix. So what do they get? Or for Valkyrie?
Brimstone plates.
The Brimstone. Okay.
That's a very good item for the Armadon.
Yep, that is. That's tier 2, I believe. So I think that might have been in that window, but still. Good item for him. A lot of return damage coming out. More tankiness.
And Armadon hasn't gotten a new item in a very long time now. I would assume that he's still gonna be looking to upgrade this this plated briefs, but maybe he's looking for something else. I'm not sure.
Behemoth doing some solo pushing bottom lane, eventually TP's out, so good job being a distraction there.
And he just picked up a Hellflower on the Gauntlet as well. This can be a very key item.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's another key item. Symbol of Rage, just picked up by Fall, playing the Forsaken Archer.
Yeah, there we go.
Jump on to Volca, and down goes Valkyrie. Remember, that's egg as well. They're going to kill it pretty easily this time. So Valkyrie out of the fight. They also caught Magnus. It's just getting worse and worse. Flux with the barbed armor is just not going to matter there. He just melts, and that is really one of the first times in this game we've seen just a jump where it's just one team got an easy, really good jump on the other, and there was just no pushback.
The Hellflower immediately got paid off. They weren't expecting it at all.
Oh, right. You mentioned that on Gauntlet, yeah. They're
They
just going to
could
go tier
finish
4.
again right here.
Yeah, no buybacks. No buybacks in anyone. They're definitely getting the tier 4 towers. Armadon says, I gotta go, try something. Goes right for the Forsaken, but look at that lifesteal kicking in. You're not out damaging that lifesteal there of the symbol. There's the pushback. Yeah, the Oathkeeper, it's just not gonna matter. Rhapsody in the distance. No, he's gonna be run down as well. Bound Eye gonna drop from there, buys back immediately. I mean, they're only gonna lose one tier 4, but look at this. They just immediately team smoke and kind of reset. The top lane is being pushed.
They're gonna look to go again here if they find an opening.
The Hellborn have destroyed
I mean, Hellborn does get the top ranged racks in their favor, so there's something there. Magnus, there we
Ooh,
go. The burst, yes, it is enough. They kill Forsaken. Not as safe as she thought, and they're also going to get Andromeda now too. And look at the tier 4 in the Legion base.
That's huge.
I mean,
that's huge.
The decision to go for tier 4 though, that was the curious one for the Legion. A good job holding by Minor Totem.
ended up happening there, it's pretty funny actually, because they were smoked on the side of the Legion, but he was also smoked on the side of Magnus. So the Gauntlet and Magnus were kind of standing on top of each other, both smoked without revealing one another. So Forsaken felt completely safe because of the positioning of the Gauntlet, because he felt like he saw everything, but then he couldn't see the smoked Magnus.
Forsaken does have
the-
buyback. Go ahead.
And this is a probably players are not really used to it yet, but T3s and T4s really hurt in Reborn.
Oh yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to be careful of.
Shockwave also hurts pretty
Going
well.
down.
Magnus gonna feel the brunt of that with a Gauntlet Blast, though. No, he gets a stun off still despite that. Valkyrie Prism trying to help save teammates as they run now and scatter out. I can't believe Magnus actually lived. They lose Rhapsody, but he ends up getting out. And Forsaken did buy back for that, by the way. That is the final buyback on Forsaken Archer. That's critical.
Yeah, that is victory, or a way for victory for the Hellborn side if you can get a pick off on the Forsaken now.
Yeah, that's
And
huge.
they also have the spiked bowl on the Magnus now to be able to perhaps put it up on the Forsaken when he has a symbol of rage up to mitigate some of that lifesteal.
And you also got Armadon
This
now.
Conqueror will determine everything. Let's see how they set up here.
Yeah, and Armadon has a Brutalizer, so he's trying to get a lot more right click.
I feel like they should not be hitting this Conqueror right now. They should be setting up and preparing for the fights. I don't like that Armadon's still in here. Okay, it's running out now.
There you go. The Wolves to scout. Behemoth, it's not going to work. Did they actually go for Conqueror now? No, it's not worth it. There's a Raven here that's spotting the Legion team doing all this, so I guess, well, they're smoked. Never mind. They saw Behemoth, though.
Yeah, when two teams are hovering around the Conqueror pit like this, none of the teams should just be hitting the Conqueror unless it is with the intention of starting the fight from the enemy team.
I think Armadon's just basically saying, you guys force a fight or else I'm just eventually going to kill this Conqueror type deal.
Yeah, but they know that he can't do it because he's losing health, so...
He is, you're right.
He's
He's not going
keep
to...
giving vision.
Yeah, it's good patience by the side of WAGPO. They're not overcommitting, so it's almost trying to call their bluff, and it ain't working. WAGPO's too disciplined right now.
Yeah, I feel like one of the teams have to try to find an angle, maybe with a big smoke and making a big wrap around and finding a 1 or 2 heroes down initiation for a pickoff. You can't just be sitting in this Conqueror pit and waiting for something to happen.
Well, both teams, it is just a standoff right now. Phoenix still has 2.5 minutes. Of course, the egg is no longer in play either, so are we just going to continue? I mean, runes are definitely going to play a big role. I guess the 42-minute just did spawn. I think it was a bounty rune here, so maybe they're waiting
Gauntlet's
for...
gonna show top here. Might make them run into the Conqueror pit for a little bit.
Yeah, it is. Yep. They see Gauntlet, they immediately go in the pit. As a team. Oh, look at this
They're committing
wraparound.
for this, but
Look at the wraparound.
Great wraparound. Good awareness. They see that they're wrapping around from top now because he sent a rocket from that angle.
Oh, Pharaoh goes on a Valkyrie, catches her in the backlines. Got to start in the chaos now. Meanwhile,
Behemoth's
Behemoth
dead
gets
immediately.
blowing up. And Forsaken's like,
Oh,
I gotta
keep
get out.
out.
They stop him. He's in trouble now. With that Trickenet gonna be wearing off soon. He still has
One for
symbol.
the illusion.
There's a stun up from Magnus. Can they kill Fall? The symbol of rage. The disarm, the swap out. He needs to auto attack the symbol. He gets the auto attacks out barely. No, it's not
There's no
gonna be
buyback.
enough. And no buyback as mentioned. Minor Totem finds the opening. Gauntlet is gonna be picked up as well. You know they're going for Conqueror now.
Gauntlet.
Or
Yeah, they need
we'll
to be
see, but-
faster. I mean, they might just go for the straight finish, but they need to be fast here. I don't know if Conqueror or going for the throne is the right play, but I would have imagined that killing the Conqueror real fast and then pushing with it would have been better. But we'll see. They might prove me wrong.
You said something there, Chessie, where they saw them wrapping around clearly. I mean, yeah, Behemoth got picked off by himself, isolated by Armadon. And so as great of an
Pharaoh
idea
gave it
was,
away with his tormented soul. He completely gave it away that they were coming from that angle.
Pharaoh jumped in the backlines. Can they all? There's the shockwave on all 5. Is the follow-up damage enough? It is to kill Valkyrie. So one big target down. Valkyrie fights back though. She knows how important this push is. The save from Rhapsody again, helping to save, mitigate some damage. They get the kill onto Behemoth as well as Gauntlet. Minor Totem now going for the tower. 20 seconds still on that Forsaken Archer. They're not going to be able to finish the game here, but can they at least get the middle racks? That's the question.
Yeah, they definitely can. They still might be able to finish the game because they're gonna be 5 versus 3 here for
you're
60 seconds.
Yeah, Behemoth and Gauntlet are staying down.
Play it safe. They should play it safe and just get the megas and
Okay.
should be very hard
Yes.
to them.
The
Yes.
Hellborn have destroyed.
Take
Well-
Congo, take Phoenix.
WAGPO doesn't want to let that happen. Piercing arrows, they get the kill. No, Magnus, okay, he does end up dying, so does Flux. So actually,
this is not
it ain't
looking
so
good.
easy. They want the megas, but the ranged Roxanne's going to stay alive. The rollout from Armidon, he has no life.
Rhapsody.
He is going to survive, but it's not megas, so hang over it
That
yet,
was-
guys.
Really bad. Like, they were rolling in on the Forsaken with the Shrunken Head with the Sand King and his suicide, and then there were 2 heroes just sitting in the Forsaken Piercing Arrows ultimate. Like, they could have just played that way safer and gotten that without a problem. Pretty big throws there.
You still think that was a good call, Rogix?
Yeah, it was right call, for sure.
Yeah. Maybe leaving the last Rex and taking Kongor would be better, but
They
I don't
also
think
could
they
have
have
taken
enough
taken the Congo before they even started the push. They could have
Yeah.
probably killed it in like 15 seconds, had 1 hero shove out the mid wave, and they wouldn't even have lost so much time.
Yeah.
But that was their game to win right there.
Well, and
See
now-
what happens here.
Yeah, now Kongor, they can steal this, though. This is not a free Kongor for the Legion. Can they steal this? Valkyrie, no, she's not going to make a play. Armidon, he is in the front lines. He's just dead. Does he have a buyback? He does. He has a buyback at least. But with Kongor dead, they're going to send it down mid lane. So mid lane's going to be pushed out.
Yeah,
There
this
is
is
no
going
racks
to be
there.
a hard defense. Let's see what he can do. There's still 5 heroes alive, and yeah, this 5 is just 4 heroes alive actually, so maybe they're not going to feel confident going for the finish here.
What a game 1 we have, guys. this is a hell of a game 1 of this best out of 3 series. Talk about a pendulum back and forth.
And he does have the Oblivion Hammer on the armor, and I actually really like his item build. I really like his item build.
Yeah, I mentioned that you with the Basher, you know, the idea that his right-click threat becomes a bit more potent for sure. Now having the
Yeah, and it's also about just making sure that the Forsaken can't just sit there and hit for free. So now they have the Bola, now they have some bashes.
Valkyrie 6,000 gold saved up, by the way. And there you
The
go.
one Rapier type.
Nope, Savage Mace goes that
Nope.
direction.
A Doombringer is the name in this game. That's right.
Doombringer. No, ain't gonna say. I mean, honestly, that the game like this, that actually wouldn't have been the craziest thing ever, but
No, I think it would have been good to go Doombringer here.
does go Savage though. Obviously, some good damage output there.
I mean, this one fight is going to determine the outcome of this game. If you lose the Doombringer, it doesn't matter.
Are we in the? We're in the tier 3, tier 4 time frame, right, Rogix, for Phoenix? What time zone is
Don't know
that?
if I've ever seen a game go this long.
I know.
Maybe.
That's what I'm
That is
getting
rare.
at. This is a little bit longer of a game, honestly. For HoN Reborn.
I have a smoke up now on the Hellborn side.
Oh, looks
Tyro's
like
gonna show in the bot lane now. They might prompt them to try to make something happen. They're a bit split though. Using the Mirana ultimate or the Valkyrie ultimate.
yeah. Roddick should have to step out, so that's why. But
Still
anyways,
see Tyro on the bot lane.
There
They're
you
gonna
go.
jump.
Gauntlet gonna be jumped. He is very tanky, and Andromeda actually able to save him. In comes the Shockwave counter initiation. Pharaoh is making his wave over. Oh, the big save from Ratsu. The piercing arrows doing some good damage, but it's not long enough. Eventually, Super KG gets stopped. Now in the back lanes, you have Armidon doing what he can, but again, he just can't do enough himself. Now Pharaoh shows up. Volca trying to take out Forsaken. It's just not enough firepower. Flux will buy back, but that is it.
Yeah.
Every other buyback has been used this game. No one has
That
anymore.
should be.
Other than a
That should
couple.
be the game.
Can Flux
I
actually
feel like
hold?
the Hellborn side, when they watch this replay and they analyze it, they're gonna be kicking themselves because they had a good 3 opportunities to win this game where the game was 100% theirs to win, and they made some silly mistakes and they ended up paying the price. So they did really good on Legion's side to capitalize on those mistakes.
Oh, kill the Flux, win the game here for sure. And it looks like they are going to get the kill, yep. Good jump by Aslan initially. GG, game 1 going to WAGPO over Minor Totem. It is a best of the 3, of course, but what a game 1 we saw there, Chessie. That's a hell of a
very competitive game. And am I seeing this wrong? Was it 26-9 on Forsaken, or is that the UI bug on my side?
26-9.
Holy moly!
There's a lot
That
of
is
kills.
insane. I mean, there was a point in this game when the Forsaken had like 300 GPM versus a 600 GPM of the Armonon. Like, yeah, this is gonna be. I would not want to be in their Discord conversation when they're analyzing this replay, because there's gonna be some screaming back and forth, I'm sure.
Super KG, I'm sure will do his best to keep them cool, calm, and collected. It is, it is a 3-game series, right, or a best of 3. So, hey, recover. I know it's easier for us to say, but as a player, you gotta shake it off the best you can if you're Minor Totem. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, obviously, it wasn't that kind of game because of just perfect play on both sides. Yes, there was some scrappy play, if you want to call it that. There were some quote-unquote throws, as the term may be thrown out there. But honestly, those are the most entertaining games for me, in my opinion. They always have been. So I love the fact that, we had such a chaotic game at points there. And both teams certainly had their opportunities multiple times there in game number 1. But yeah, WAGPO has the last laugh, and they're the ones that finish it off, take the 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right, because if we hadn't had that throw in the early game, I feel like the Hellborn side would have finished the game 20 minutes into this game, so then we wouldn't have had this whole entertaining saga unfold.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on that break. A 1-0 lead for WAGPO. I know I need it. I'm sure you guys need it. The players need it, but we'll be back shortly with game number 2 for the HoN Reborn Invitational West Region Winter Bracket Finals. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As you can see, we have game number 2 underway, at least for the draft. Of course, WAGPO versus Minor Totem in the winter bracket finals. And WAGPO is up 1-0 here in the series, but that could just as easily be 1-0 Minor Totem. What a game 1 we had right there, both teams. Giving it quite a bit of effort, but in the end, WAGPO victorious. So I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie. Rodrix may join us again as well, but yeah, Chessie still recovering after that first game. That's definitely a longer Reborn game for sure.
I'm not recovering. I have my feet up on my table. I'm eating some Swedish candy here. It's a Saturday. I'm chilling. I don't even have to have my webcam on. This is fantastic.
Love it. Yeah, a little bit different bit of casting than doing your stream thing, right? No pressure there. Having to play and win the games there, so.
I can be in my pajamas, no pressure.
Yeah.
This is fun. Enjoying it.
Absolutely.
But there will be some much needed mental fortitude on the side of Super KGE here to rally his troops to come back from that deficit, because when you're in a lead that big and you don't manage to close the game out, it can be a little bit of a mental roadblock.
Mm-hmm. Definitely can be frustrating. And, you've had a little bit of a break there. You get the draft now to rethink, what went wrong. But, again, it goes back to, the drafts themselves. I mean, nothing too critical on either draft. I mean, Minor Totem's draft even, it sounded like you really liked, especially with the Armadon. He got the only farm that you would like to see in their favor. I mean, definitely nothing wrong with the makeup there. But I do wonder if that's that factor of, even though the lineup wasn't necessarily the issue, do they try to go something kind of completely different here in Game 2 now? We'll see.
No, you shouldn't change anything because they were winning. There was nothing wrong with the draft or the strategy or anything like that. If anything, I think it was on the other side that they had some issues because, I mean, they should not have been in a position to win that game. Had the training gone a bit differently, that might be different. I think they really need to think about buying this Ring of the Teacher item on one hero in the Trilane because it's just so strong as a Trilane item. And I also don't think that you can leave an Armadon to freeform like that against a hero like a Pharaoh. It's just too strong. I think if anything, the winning team should be the one that maybe have to think about changing something up with the drafts, because the draft or the strategy was not an issue.
Well, so far, it's underway, at least the early parts of it, and of course, you have the Andro, the first pick, so it's going to be played by Minor Totem this time. Was in WAGPO's hands last turn. Behemoth is going to go back to WAGPO, though. They will gladly take that hero, and then they actually lock the Gauntlet. Of course, Esthon, certainly a favorite hero of his, as we even saw in the last game, so keeping that as an open option, at least for now.
Surprised we haven't seen a single silhouette. This is a favorite of most of the pro players in the matchmaking games, but I haven't seen it pick up so much. Maybe, I mean, it's a good mid hero as well, but maybe people aren't picking it because it's not maybe the strongest of Trilane heroes, and when we have this Trilane meta,
good point.
You don't really want to have a silhouette in the mid lane and then a ranged carry as well in the Trilane, so maybe that's something, but maybe we can see it at some point.
Yeah. Oh, definitely a fair point right there. A hero that we are going to at least see locked is that Moon Queen after the Magnus pick happened. So, of course, Moon Queen saw in the previous series. Definitely a powerful carry option.
Voodoo, haven't seen that yet. But that hero is also a very, very strong hero. Also a great Trilane hero.
Oh, yeah. Very good Trilane hero. He brings it all. Brings some heal support if needed. Of course, some high kill potential, some solid stun. Yeah, Voodoo Jester. Certainly a hero you like to see in a Trilane setup. So yeah, Behemoth, Voodoo Jester, you got Magnus Andromeda on the other side. So both teams favoriting more their supporting cast, you'd figure, at least early on. Now the cores are to come.
It seems like they're following a kind of template for their drafts here. It's just like pick two support with stuns on each side, and you pick a range carry that you're gonna have in your Trilane, and then you pick whatever strong solo laners that you have, and then you play the game. I haven't seen too much outside of that, apart from the first series that we saw that we had some unconventional picks.
Yeah. Armadon lock coming out from side of WAGPO, so of course it's all in the hands of Minor Totem last game, but so maybe a bit of a takeaway as well. Again, that's where the lock is so interesting. It could be used as either a ban or we want to pick that up later type hero.
Yep.
Going down to the wire
More access picked up.
All right.
Overall strong hero, initiator.
Yep, brings more tankiness to the team, of course, and as you mentioned, especially gets that PK. Very, very strong initiator.
Also, there's nothing like specifically that screams out already. Like Moraxis would be a great hero here, but maybe just something as small as it's very telegraphed seeing this voodoo gesture stun come at you, so you can easily W that one off. Maybe that's enough for them to pick it up. But hey, it's just a strong hero overall.
Legion also locks the Forsaken. So yeah, Legion locks our Forsaken Archer and Moon Queen, that is. So both a couple of carry options. So yeah, kind of a mix of maybe banning one and going to take the other type deal.
Yes,
so
that's exactly what I'm thinking as well, because those are two of the absolute fastest farming, strongest ranged carriers. So securing one for yourself and making sure that the enemy team don't get it. Now they resort to taking the Flint Beastwood as well. So he cannot obviously farm as quick as either the Moon Queen or the Forsaken because he don't have the potential for AoE farming built into his toolkit.
Well, Flint Beastwood. Suppose he can also farm pretty well. Of course, from a distance. They go the Flint Beastwood option. They don't have like the greatest save necessarily for the Flint just yet between Voodoo Jester and Behemoth. They don't have like Andromeda or Pearl comes to mind. So we'll see how they maybe go about, something like a Jerizaiah core perhaps could be in the works. But
yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I guess I'm getting it. You really need something like that if you're going to pick a Flint Beastwood carry, right? You need somebody that
Picking
can.
Up the Armadon here. I think the Armadon is just an absolutely insane hero, so I have nothing against that. Also, again, going back to your point about having a save for the Flint Beastwood, an Armadon isn't necessarily a save for the Flint Beastwood per se, but he can also be really, really far into the fight and just take a lot of attention on him. And that way it can free up space from Flint Beastwood by being like an indirect save.
Yeah, no, just that frontliner nuisance that creates chaos and really, puts the fight in your favor and allows Flint Beast to then start poking in some damage. Absolutely, they're on the table for them. So, okay, Legion is they're gonna take one of their locks. They do get the Moon Queen, and now their final pick to come. So it'll be Legion who gets the first one, and then Hellborn will get the overall final pick.
I wonder why specifically they go for Moon Queen over the Andromeda. Maybe it's just a toss up, or maybe they have some insight that I don't really know about, but I don't really know why one would be better than the other here.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Honestly, it could just be one of those flip a coin. Heads is Moon Queen, tails is Forsaken Archer, like go with that type deal, but I mean, both definitely bring their presence, obviously, to the game. And, of course, the aura synergy with Moon Queen is nice. They have the Andromeda we talked about, so there is that perk. But, yeah, I think either one is fine.
Elonia. I haven't seen that hero.
Yeah, that's different. Okay.
They have a lot of magic damage burst on the side of Legion. And they insta-pick this Hellbringer. Yeah. I'm excited for this match. These are some heroes that I haven't seen too much. And I have played against my fair share of Hellbringers in my pops, and that hero... It's just like if you get to the refresher point of the game, you will stun lock the entire enemy team for like 6 seconds. It is disgusting.
Oh yeah, you get the staff especially. You get the refresher. I mean, this is a hero that absolutely scales like crazy when it comes to supports. And now again, I say that he's probably going to be more of a core, huh? Is this going to be a mid Hellbringer?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
The Hellbringer. I have only exclusively seen Hellbringer being played as cores, and I would be shocked if this is not a mid Hellbringer.
Okay, that's fun. But yeah, I mean the Elonia pick just prior to both teams going with some fun, a little bit more unique style picks there to finish it off. I mean Elonia definitely gives them a bit more, obviously magic farm, magic damage, a bit more just overall team fight assistance there. Follow up, but yeah, Hellbringer, talk about the king of counter initiation, let alone initiation itself. So gonna have to deal with those.
I really like the Elonia because they have so much lockdown and stuns that it can just put people in place and just allow Elonia to just unleash a shit ton of damage. So I think it's gonna work out pretty well here.
All right, it's a matter of getting the game started now for what is game number 2. I'll actually let them know that we are ready, just in case waiting on that. But here we go, WAGPO versus Minor Totem. WAGPO, of course, up 1-0 here in this series. So, from the sound of that there, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Chessie, but it sounds like, both teams drafting fairly well and
yes,
hard to lean
I like both drafts. I would say that the ease of execution is a little bit easier on the Legion side, especially in the early game. But I also feel like Legion team is on a timer. If Hellbringer gets to his critical mass while Armadon is big, I feel like even if they're down like 10,000 gold, it's gonna be hard for Legion team to fight into them. So we'll see if that analysis is correct or not.
There we go. The picks are in. You see who's playing what. It's going to be KG, of course, on the support once again.
And Diff on the Hellbringer, he, from my experience and my pubs, Diff is like the Hellbringer specialist. He will play this hero all the time. He's really good at it.
God, Behemoth literally, as we loaded into the game, was already teleporting bottom. I mean, he just went there so fast.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Andromeda also
I also like the
teleported.
pathing that he takes. Instead of just going straight down, where he might encounter other heroes teeping in, he goes straight to the river instead. And he places a little bit of an interesting ward, where he blocks the camp with the Rev ward, but then he places this ward on the stairs. It's going to be giving a lot of vision instead of blocking another camp. And I don't think this ward will get dewarded pretty much ever.
Yeah. Absolutely not. No, you're right. If Behemoth went the more traditional way there, he definitely would have been seen, and the jig is up. So he's obviously avoids that, and this is going to be a nice block early on, and they are setting up for no surprise to tri lane down here. However, look at what the Legion's doing. They're sending their Moon Queen.
Yeah, they're going an aggressive tri lane. I like this. I really like this because they realize that they can't have the Armadon against the Moraxus in the side lanes. Like, the Armadon is just so good in these 1v1 matchups against another strength hero. And they knew exactly what happened the last game, where the Armadon was just snowballing out of control. So I believe that this is just an effort in making sure that Armadon isn't free farming. And if this was the good old days of Dota, you would see people rotate lanes forever until they got the lanes that they wanted. The Armadon sees that what this is happening, he's going to run bottom, and then the entire Trident is going to run top, and then they're going to react, and they're going to counter-react. But I don't think we're quite there yet with the meta game, but I feel like this is very good from the Legion side to set up their lanes this way.
You figure there's going to be some kind of movement once they realize obviously what's going on. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see.
Yeah, because Armadon, he is not good in a 1v2 or 1v3 situation. But Moraxus, I mean, neither of them is going to be able to get much of anything at all. But I feel like the Moraxus has much more potential to stay alive, especially because he can use his W against the stun from the Voodoo Jester.
No.
Is it Voodoo Jester or Witch Doctor? Am I saying this wrong?
Voodoo Jester. No, you're right.
Voodoo Jester. Okay,
you got the right version there.
Myself.
You're good. No, it is Voodoo Jester. So, yep, he's setting up at the bottom lane. You mentioned again a great hero for having support in the tri lane setup there. So we'll see what kind of adaptation we have once the lanes officially show. So good old classic.
Also, one more thing to
pause.
point out about the level 1 tipping out for warding. I feel like Legion has really given this plenty of thought about this laning here, because they tip it out to put this ward right to the side of the jungle, because they realize that he's going to be soloing alone here. Whereas the Hellborn side has no idea what's going on here, and Armadon has no vision at all, so it's going to be much easier for Moraxus to play accordingly, seeing this Behemoth making his rotations to the side here.
Yeah. All right, so both teams very aware of what's going on now as far as setup. So who's going to be kind of the first one to move, if any? Or do they just both accept perhaps that it's going to be how it's going to be? Moraxus, he's fine. He couldn't get the Voodoo Jester follow-up there.
And now they have the lane control instantly in the top lane because the camp isn't blocked. So they pulled it off.
Yep.
It's going to be tough for Armadon to get anything here.
Yeah, unlike Moraxus is able to at least get a little bit of experience here, so definitely favoring
they're
the Legion.
rotating here. Witch Doctor is TPing top. I still feel like this favors the Legion side a lot, because now they're not going to be able to pressure this Moraxus. The Moraxus is going to be just fine against Flint and the Behemoth, whereas the Witch Doctor and Armadon is still going to struggle against the Trident. Oh, and they sniped the courier there on the Super KG.
Yep, that's some free gold coming out, and I actually don't know if he got the item delivered or whatever he had, so
I'm not sure.
Double whammy right
you
there.
see plus 100 and you see dollar signs in front of my eyes whenever that happens so early.
Feels good, man.
And you see Matei here on the Moon Queen, instead of running those creeps into the tower when he was right outside, he chooses to kite them for a little bit and stays with the lane control. It's like one of those small carry tips that makes a huge difference in how the lane is going to play
It
out.
really does. Yeah, great lane control indeed. And yeah, this Moon Queen is going to continue to farm very, very efficiently. So the Behemoth, he is going to start rotating towards the mid, go for the 2-minute room control. Magnus also coming mid, though. So both teams, well, Magnus is the one committing. Hellbringer could be in trouble here. There's the stun. Alonia, follow-up. Nice heal initially from Hellbringer, but it is not enough. So the Magnus gank, he might die in return. No, good job with the Steam Bath.
I kind of feel like people are not very good at this in this game, but I kind of feel like he should just have died on Magnus to the tower there. Like, you don't lose barely anything from dying there, and then you can just TP out to the lane instantly. It's much more valuable. Like, you give away, like, what, 100, 150 gold or something like that? You don't give away any XP, but you save so much time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that develops. Like, because I definitely see the logic there, and that is something we saw, you know, later on HoN. You mentioned other games like Dota, of course, a strategy for sure to think about. So, but he gets the kill. That's the important thing, of course, and get a regen and head back elsewhere. We'll see.
And I like that he doesn't TP out here. Like, a lot of people just choose to TP out right away when they get back to base, but then he's going to be immobile and stuck in one place for a very long time, and he might not be able to be in a situation that's really important for him to have the TP.
Mm-hmm. Andromeda, well, they're just kind of exchanging blows up here at the top lane. You see the Cursed Ground out, but only level 1 Cursed Ground.
So on the Magnus.
Not too worried there. Well, yeah, Magnus and Behemoth.
And this Meraxus is going to be a happy camper. This Meraxus is going to get a lot of farm.
Yeah, so it seems like that is definitely favored Minor Totem with this landing phase early on. I mean, obviously the Bloodlust, the way the trial lanes have been looking. Yeah, it's going very well for them. Even Meraxus, as you mentioned, he's not too far ahead of the Armadon, but he has a slight advantage there.
Yeah, there's also a pretty good advantage on the levels too. But yeah, they did abandon the full trial lane from top as well, because Magnus has been roaming around, so it's gonna even itself out a little bit.
4-minute runes being controlled there. Alonia heads back towards me. No bottle on Alonia. She does have the blood chalice build.
That's interesting. I would not necessarily have done that myself, but I'm not the expert in item builds. Oh, he does have a bottle on.
Oh, he does have a bottle. What am I saying? Yeah, okay. I missed it actually. When I held on alt, I'm like, but he popped regen. How did he do that?
I was thinking, a lot of these people know more than I do about the game, but I was like, I probably would have bought bottle.
No, I was wrong. Yes, my visually impaired there apparently. No, he's got the bottle, and obviously help comes into play to set up the kill on Behemoth. So a couple of kills go in the way of Alonia early on, and her farm's shooting up there, 425 GPM, looking strong for the Janko.
I don't know how much I like that they abandoned this tri-lane so early for the Magnus to just run around. Like, I feel like they could have really shut down this Armadon even as a 3v2, but now the Armadon is going to be just fine. They might even get a kill. No, probably not. They can't dive under tower.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that if you use the spine burst under tower and Armadon, you take tower aggro immediately. I died quite a few times doing that because I'm not used to that mechanic happening.
Yeah. Not as friendly for tower diving. Alonia, speaking of her farm early on, going to get even better.
Beautiful.
Roams to the bottom lane, and Moraxis ends up getting a kill as a result, too. I guess he got the assist. Alonia gets a kill, but either way, Volka, he's level 5. He's 240 gold per minute. Yeah, he's looking just fine on here. So, yeah, Armadon is, you mentioned, though, with Magnus roaming maybe a bit more. At least Armadon is picking up a bit, but Flint Beastwood is good. We haven't talked too much about him yet. Fa is getting free farm down here, essentially, on the Flint Beastwood. He's almost 400 GPM now.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty even on both sides. We're getting pretty trades on each and every lane. I would say that the thing that stands out the most to me at this point is that Alonia is 100 GPM higher than the Hellbringer in the mid lane, and his 3-0 versus the 0-1. So that's going to be something to look at, and it might be another kill mid here.
Oh, Behemoth stun! No, it's not going to save him. However, it might come at a cost in the end. Moraxis, that Matrix, I don't know if that's going to save him or not with the Cursed Ground on him. It looks like it is.
Oh, that's a fantastic TP out from the Alonia at just the right moment after putting all of his damage out. Without the TP, I don't think he lives.
Yeah, that was very close. Moraxis does end up going down with that Cursed Ground. So they do end up getting one turn kill at least. But yeah, Hellbringer, he ends up getting taken out. So I was watching the bottom lane, so yeah, it looked like a Malphus came out. I honestly missed that whole mid. What happened there?
Ooh, Eston tried to TP out of the top lane and he got it cancelled.
Uh-oh.
So now they're stuck 2 cores in the same side of the map. That is, that's pretty big.
Yeah, he is going to be jungling a little bit. But yeah, so again, Hellbringer ended up going down the TP out from Alonia, as mentioned, while that bottom action was going on. So yeah, Alonia, what is he? 3-0-1 right here. That is pretty damn good.
Yeah, he is off to a good start. I've never played this hero myself. I understand the spells, but I don't know the item build at all.
I would think, you know, something like Shard's Grimoire. I mean, we'll see what he goes, but
Sure.
yeah, just really enhancing that damage. Maybe even a blink if they find necessary. They want to kill this Hellbringer, by the way, but a TP support coming in. Magnus cannot commit for the kill, or does he? He wants it.
Oh,
He
he's
goes for
diving.
it. He is not
that's not
going to
gonna
get the
work.
kill, though. The damage is not enough. Down goes
Ay,
Magnus,
ay, ay.
and now Alonia will fall as well. The greed is real. Good response from WAGPO, though.
Yeah, it's a bit too overconfident. They're like going for that dive and everything. They're 4 heroes versus 2. I feel like they could have escaped. Once they saw that there was so much resistance to that gank, I think they could have bailed and gotten out. But shit happens.
It's a good way to put it. Shit does happen indeed, and shit happened right there. So the game gets a bit more even once again after that's all said and done. And ultimate timing, I'm constantly going to be keeping an eye on is, of course, that Malphus, the Hellbringer ultimate. That's just one of those key ones where it's like, if that's up, you maybe want to try to make a play with it. And it's going to be off cooldown in about 30 seconds now for Hellbringer, so we'll see what comes out.
Yeah, the last one he used kind of just to try to stay alive. So if you're having to use it in a defensive manner and not get much out of it, that's always rough.
Moon Queen continues free farm now at the bottom lane as obviously rotations have taken place. You have Flint Beastwood now at the top lane, so more traditional in terms of where you expect
I think
to see
one
him.
very significant thing here that is happening is that the Moraxis is falling behind and he has no real farming mechanic, whereas Aston on the Armadon is 1-0, 340 GPM, and he is at a great spot to keep accelerating his game here. He's not easy to deal with at all anymore.
Does Estlon go Alchemist Bones? That's the question.
I mean, Aston is gonna Aston, you know, he's gonna do his thing. But if he goes Alchemist Bones, I will, let's say I will gift him 5 subs on Twitch.
We'll see if that comes out or not. See if those 5 gifted subs going to be well spent. Yeah, going to keep it close on him. Obviously, he has a Devo's Gauntlet early on. Very traditional there, as you'd expect. We'll see what he goes for. Of course, Staff of the Master, obviously something you'd, I assume, expect to see eventually as well.
Yeah, I feel like he's a little bit in love with Ghost Mortars too much. He buys it all the time. Personally, I like the Scheme Boots on the Armadon, but I would not be surprised to see him buy Ghost Mortars, but you absolutely have to buy Aghanim Scepter on this hero, I feel.
Even the plated Greaves, that could be possible.
Yeah, you could go Plated Greaves.
Yeah.
I might be under buying the Plated Greaves, but it's a good item. Lona gets killed top.
Yeah, nice go to the top lane. Ooh, that Cursed Ground on him with the Flint Beastwood ultimate. I think he's fine, though. I don't think it's enough damage. It is a level 3.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
he's good. So good gank at
Now
the
he has
top.
1.5k gold stacked up on the Elonia here, so he's gonna have to make a decision here soon.
Yeah, I mean, with mentioned Moraxis maybe a little bit further behind than they would like to see. They are going to try to go for Flint. Yeah, Flint was not ready for this. The Behemoth save. The freeze comes out, though. He just cannot get away. There's too much slow.
Beastwood.
Thanks to Alonia, and it is a free kill when it's all said and done for Minor Totem,
Yeah.
so well played there.
Really fortunate Invis rune spawning top there for the Magnus. We're not expecting at all.
What I was going to say, I was going to say with Alonia, though, it actually ends up just going the full Sackstone for now, so more
Interesting.
earlier
Another item I've never bought.
stats.
Maybe I need to look into that. Let's see how that plays out.
But I was going to say, honestly, I would not be surprised if he does go more that blink route, because both Moraxis and Magnus a bit further behind, so if they feel like they need more of that jump potential, especially against the Flint Beastwood, then could see that coming out, sure, but
Yeah, I think it's more of a later item if you want to go with Elonia. I don't think you want to get it so early, because you're not like blinking in and stunning someone instantly. However, I wouldn't be opposed to a push stick or force staff, because you're playing against this behemoth who can displace you pretty easily.
yeah. All right, keep an eye on that as, again, the flash farm continues for for Alonia. But speaking of Flash Farm, Moon Queen is topping the charts, and that's never a good sign for the opposition.
Yep.
For WAGPO. They 450 GPM. Moon Queen entered and try to
the
get more
water.
out of this right here. Moon Finale. It's a tanky armored on as usual, but it is not tanky enough.
Sheesh.
TP support. It has to
That's
be
a big
canceled.
kill.
It is. I mean, nothing more that he could do. That was obviously just a great swap initiation. Magnus there as well. Too much damage.
Yeah,
Retail
this
kill.
this
The Legion have destroyed
what I
the
mentioned before in the draft as well. The potential for Moon Queen to flash farm versus a hero like Flint Beastwood is just night and day with the multi-strike and the Mask of Madness. So even if they're similar in net worth here, there's a 100 gold GPM difference in net worth. He will farm much faster than the Flint Beastwood, and that it might turn out to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, they kill Moraxis over near the Phoenix Pit, but again, Moon Queen, they saw this, so they're just like, hey, let's just keep pushing. They do a lot of damage to that tier 2 bottom tower as well, so, but still a good kill for the Hellborn. They'll take it. Flint Beast with a big part of that.
Yeah, I said it as well in the last game, but I am impressed with Legion's macro movements on the map. They are playing, they're doing good things like strong teams would be doing. Like for instance, most people wouldn't be hitting the tier 2 tower there, but like you said, because they realized there were 3 people ganking their Moraxis in the top lane, even though Armadon is TPing in there, they're just chipping away at this tower, getting 30% health down.
Yeah.
It's just like a small little thing that shows awareness.
Yeah, and Moon Queen, more space created in the jungle. Her farm is, every time I look at it, a little bit more, 500 plus GPM. Now mid lane,
Oh, mid lane?
Hellbringer, he has a Malphite. He's going to get off in time right here. No, he cannot cast it. Behemoth runs in with a shockwave. Didn't really stun, though. He was out of range of Alonia, and they slow her. God, they would love this kill, but it is just too much save. Andromeda, he's going to be fine as well. Magnus, meanwhile,
dodge
nice
from
job.
Magnus.
Yeah, great job with the Steam Bath dodge, and now Behemoth going to be turned
They're playing
on.
so good.
Minor Totem feeling themselves right now.
That is extremely costly. Not only that because they lost the heroes, but they rotated 5 heroes into the lane while the Moon Queen is just like, I don't give a shit about this. I'm just gonna be pushing out bot and just accelerating my farm. So whenever you're 5 heroes on the same side of the map, an enemy hero is just sitting out farming somewhere, it's a huge loss for you.
Magnus, even he ran into Voodoo Jester at the ward came out with a cursed ground, but he is actually going to TP out and he will be fine. So, avoiding death there. Yeah, Hellbringer is level 11 now, so does have a level 2 Malphus. You would like to see that if you're WAGPO coming into play here sooner than later. But oh, Behemoth, he ran into a trap. All right.
And it's just hard for me to see Hellborn having like a real good path to initiating a fight. Like Flint can start a fight, Armadon can start a fight. You can't really start a fight with Behemoth without his blink dagger. Like it's yeah, they have a difficult position. They're in a difficult position in the game now before they can get some core items up. While on the other side, the blink daggers or the portal keys are gonna start coming up real soon. Moraxis is only 100 gold away from the portal key. Now you do have the spell charge on this alone. Now the portal key is gonna come up on the Magnus, so their timings are coming, and I don't know if the Hellborn side is gonna be ready for it.
That'll be key. Again, Flint Beastwood certainly can't overlook his farm still. 440 GPM. Looking okay. I mean, he has a lot of just these build-up items. The Energizer, the Mad Fred's Brass Knuckles, the Soul Scream Ring. What is he going? I guess that's going to be a Nullifier. I know that can make it in that. Okay.
Definitely Nullifier.
Let's see that follow-up. But there's the PK
Right,
pickup
this
on
says portal key is
Moraxis.
coming. Yep, and I assume they're gonna be wanting to do something with this immediately. If you just peek in and stun something and Alonia is right next to you, I mean, you will blow anything up.
Behemoth is setting up with Hellbringer in the mid lane that whole time, but now we got smoke from Voodoo Jester wrapping around. They want to make a play with this Malphus for sure. Oh, but the smoked Moraxis, he's got the PK. Who's going to get the jump first? It's going to be him. Malphus comes out of Moon Queen. She was coming in for the right, but there's the counter jump on Hellbringer himself. Moon Queen fine for the time being. Behemoth's running in. The shockwave. Congore's going to even join the fight. Meanwhile, the backlines, Flint Beastwood, he is actually good. No, Magnus stuns in, trying to finish him off with the eruption. Congorer is just beating down faces with everyone else. Moon Queen does go down in the pit, though, and Volca, the Matrax, is not going to do nearly enough. So Flint Beastwood goes down in the backlines, as we saw there from Magnus. and he is going to be able to make his way out. So, I mean, both sides getting some positives out of it.
I mean, that was very good for the Hellborn side. Whenever the Armadon can keep accelerating and the Moon Queen is dying, it is super good. I feel like the positioning from the Legion side in that entire fight was a bit awkward.
Yeah. They were trying to collapse, yeah, the Legion Minor Totem. They were trying to collapse as a team, but I see Moon Queen, she was a little split off in the team on the right-hand side there.
There comes the portal key on the Alonia. You call it, Breaky.
Did she go for one now? Okay, yeah, went spell shards first and into the PK.
Yeah, but I like it. This way, they should be able to pick people off left and right with this 2 portal keys on. They just need the Alonia to group up with one of the portal keys, and they should be killing people.
Hellbringer. Voodoo Jester trying to get away as well. More access in that front. The Arcane Shield is not going to be activated. And actually, Voodoo Jester lives throughout all this. Magnus ends up dying thanks to the Cursed Ground and the Assassinate from Flint Beastwood. And now we got a swap onto Moraxis, at least keeping him alive. Can now Andromeda get out? He is going to pop the Matrax. Will be fine. Here comes Janko on Alonia.
Moon Queen pushing bottom at the same time.
Oh,
I like
right.
the Moon Queen didn't feel forced to join that fight. He should keep accelerating.
Yeah, more damage to the tower. So it's going to fall back now and at least gets the response. But WAGPO really, it's got to be feeling much better, obviously, as far as where this game is at now.
Yeah.
Compared to a couple of minutes ago. I mean, the gold difference is basically identical. You have Flint. Honestly, all 3 of their cores are actually looking pretty strong. That's I think, the biggest thing for them.
Yeah, I mean, the game is at a pretty even state. And as I keep harping on with this Armadon here, when he gets his Aghanim Scepter, it is really a strong timing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Staff is always going to be big on him. He went the Shaman's Headdress first. Well, that's coming up next. You got Voodoo Jester. He's dead. It's a matter of who gets the kill. It'll be Moraxis. I was thinking, do they maybe go for Phoenix here? But no, they're not going to try an objective just yet. Little too early.
I feel
still.
like when the Moon Queen gets his first major item, it may be coming now. Maybe it's Samantha coming or a Geobane on the courier. Nope, almost. He just needs a recipe. Once he gets the Geobane, I feel like they should make a smoke rotation, maybe towards the mid tower, towards the enemy jungle. Pick 1 or 2 heroes off and just get this mid tower down, because they can kill this mid tower in like 2 seconds.
Analyzing some other items. We haven't talked a lot about Hellbringer. He ended up going the tablet, and oh my god, there is the staff. Okay.
The staff, sorry,
that's, so that's 2 Malphite.
He is really farmed. I mean, he's 1 and 4, but he is 470 GPM still. And like we said before the game, when this hero reaches critical mass with the Staff of the Master and the Refresher, this hero, he can turn any fight around.
Absolutely. And that's why they picked him last. Definitely a lot of potential out of him, and feeling pretty good. Of course, the Refresher, the Restoration Stone is you almost think is probably just going to be the play next, but a bit of time before that. Bottom lane, they're trying to get a catch here. Andromeda swapping out the Moon Queen, says, I'll save you, bro.
Nice. Good
so
save. Good
it
save.
is going to be a save, but of course falls in return.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. When you die there as a support and you have 5 heroes rotating to you, you don't mind at all. However, if they do go for this Congo, you do mind. Because the Magnus is also taking full advantage of this by just cutting creeps behind the towers. But yeah, they are hitting the Congo. This would be very good for them.
I mean, they're getting it. I don't think Minor Totem's interested in defending. They know what they're up against, and I think it's that double Malphite, the Staff of the Master Ultimate of Hellbringer. You gotta respect. So.
And I love what the Magnus is doing during all of this. The Magnus is fully recognizing the situation and is putting maximum pressure on the top tower and accelerating his own farm.
Right. Where do they send Conqueror now is again that question. They haven't sent it yet. Do they send it maybe
I would
bottom?
assume that you want to send it mid, but what do I know? I think the mid tower is just so important to kill.
That's fair. Yeah, mid tower is still
Send
low.
it top.
Okay, they do send it top.
Yeah, I would love to hear why they send it top, because I truly believe that they know more about this than I do. but I don't exactly know why. Maybe they send it top to make a push mid themselves, like,
Well,
as a sort of distraction, but I don't
and
quite know.
I think it's also, again, obviously they were talking it over right there. That's why they didn't spawn it initially. And, maybe where your positioning is in that moment, too. They're more towards the bottom and figure, hey, let's get some spread going. Jump from Miraxis, by the way. Can they get Hellbringer quickly? No, they cannot. Out comes the Malphite. They know it's turn for the Hellborn now. Matrax activated in the midst of it. Miraxis stayed alive for the time being. It is going to prove to be too much burn damage, though. Andromeda, I believe that's the illusion. Meanwhile, Moon Queen keeping her distance. So far, the only... Okay, 0-2 deaths. Magnus also got picked off, and now the combo on a Moon Queen! The shockwave on top, and Moon Queen is going to get blown up. It was a reset there from WAGPO, and they do it so clean with the further initiation. They're going to kill Andromeda as well. Beautiful fight for them. Kongor still pushing the top lane as well.
Yeah, very well played. Helbinger getting his ultimate out there. Very well played by Armadon being in the midst of it and soaking up a lot of attention. And I'm gonna go back to this as well, but the Alonia, for one, has 4k gold saved up, so it's 4k gold that is absolutely useless. You never want to have this much gold saved up. But also that they have 3 portal keys bought. You have the portal key on the Magnus, you have the portal key on the Miraxis, and you have it on the Alonia, and you have no 4-step. And when you don't have this or the tablet of command, sorry, when you don't have this tablet of command, your Moon Queen is stunned, and suddenly he's just dead. You have no way to get him out of there. I truly feel like a tablet of command would have been a game changer. As do the Hellbringer. The Hellbringer do have this tablet of command, and it ended up being a major part in why they won that fight.
He used it on himself to save himself, absolutely. He was caught initially, remember, and the tablet's what pushed him away. So definitely a key item that you would like to see, perhaps on the Legion side still, and still not to come. But
and now we have some more key items here. We have the shrunken head up on the Alonia, but more importantly, we have the Staff of the Master up on the Armadon. This is gonna prove to be difficult to deal with, because they are mostly magic damage based until the Moon Queen can reach some critical mass with his itemization. And he already has the Shaman's Headdress, and he has the magic armor from the Devourer's Gauntlet as well. So I don't see this Armadon dying anytime soon.
Oh,
He
no.
can just roll in there.
no, he's feeling pretty good for sure right now. But again, this game continues to be interesting from also like you taking another step back and gold wise. I mean, this is very even. We're not even, we're under 1,000 gold difference, and at this point in the game, that's pretty crazy, honestly. As they do push the tier 2 bottom tower, them being minor totem, so they get a little bit more of a lead there. But again, all 3
Go
cores.
for the Phoenix here. They're feeling strong. Like, even though the goal is looking completely even and anything can happen in this game, I do favor the Hellborn side here.
Voodoo's dead. Malphus, it's coming out. There's a shockwave initiation. Moon Queen in the back lines. She is fine for now. Doesn't have her BKB though. She is going to pop the Moon Finale, however. Aloni with the absolute 0. The assassinate on Moon Queen, keeping her distance. She can't get any auto attacks off. She's doing basically no damage this fight. Magnus goes down as well, and WAGPO once again dominating in a fight. As they finish off Alonia in the back lines. Moon Queen just has to keep her distance. Gonna go jungle. Do they finish off Phoenix now? Probably. It's the Behemoth and Hellbringer, man. It's just such a good wombo combo.
Like I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted by the players initiating a team fight in the middle of my speech there. It's just, even though the gold is completely even in this game, the item timings of the Hellborn side is just way ahead of whatever is happening on the... Oh, they're almost going down there. Happening on the Legion side, because they have... You know, they have like 6,000, 7,000 gold in just like portal keys that are not doing much for the team fighting itself. While you have, I mean, you're looking at the Armadon, he's untouchable. You have the Restoration Stone and the Staff of the Master on the Hellbringer here. It's like, I honestly don't know how the Hellborn side can lose a team fight.
Yeah, you talked about that wording you use. I like. I'm going to steal that from you. The critical mass is being reached by Hellbringer here, as far as having that staff restoration stone combination. And 50 more seconds, he is going to have a double ultimate ready to go. I mean, even with the shrunken head, remind you, obviously those stuns go through the shrunken head. Sure, the damage not necessarily, but still, that Moon Queen's going to have trouble. Now they catch Armadon mid lane. This is a big catch, actually. Magnus good stun as well. Hits Voodoo Jester. They kill both. And they're going to kill the mid tower, I'm guessing. Okay, well, maybe. Eventually they will. But a couple of good picks for Minor Totem. But before that last fight, again, as you say, we're really interrupted. That's what I was going to talk about too. Both Moon Queen and Alonia are still topping the GPM chart. So I mean, this game still feels like it still is absolutely anyone's game. But the team fight absolutely does seem stronger for the Hellborn for WAGPO.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, when they're in a 5v5 situation and they have the double Malphas or Malphai, maybe you say in plural, when you have those up, it's gonna be difficult to fight into. But the pickup potential is really there on the Legion side, and they double damage for the Conqueror.
Yeah, well, Meraxis, he's gonna scout this out. There is the Conqueror, and now you can tell WAGPO's like, I don't really want to commit to this.
They might try to turn this though.
Oh, big
nice
shockwave!
initiation,
That's a great catch on Alonia and Andromeda, and there you go. So one ultimate used by Hellbringer. Again, he has a refresher still. So of course, Conqueror goes down. It is pushing out middle lane right now, but it does cost them a couple heroes. And they're going to kill Conqueror for free. So it ends up not being the most crucial Conqueror. It does take away the Hellborn team from doing it as well. So there is still a victory there for sure for Minor Totem, but. Yeah, nice pick on Alonia.
And I think this is a minor thing, but when you use this Malphas on the Hellbringer, I think you should just most of the time use the Restless Stone instantly, because now if they're pushing here, he's most likely gonna have to use the Restless Stone and use it again, and then it's just gonna be put on a longer cooldown. But that is nitpicking. Might not turn out to be that way.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a minute cooldown now in terms of the one being up before you'd have to refresh her. They do kill tier 2 tower with it. Now Moon Queen, again, as he's been doing this whole time, a good job of, hey, they're not fighting right now, let's just push out another lane. And he's doing it at the top lane right now. Now Behemoth is nearby. There's a stun.
Gonna lock him down a bit.
This Flint Beastwood. He's got the money shot.
Does that cancel?
Yeah,
oh
it
my
does.
God.
Money shot cancels, however, the Moon finale cancels the Hellborn heroes! Oh my god! They just evaporated there. Flint Beastwood still holding his ground though, but with his shrunken head wearing off, he's gonna get the hell out of there. And now Moon Queen is in the
Will they find him?
I don't. Maybe.
They know he doesn't have a TP, but no, they get up.
Wow.
Oh my god, that is so big for him to survive there.
Yep. You thought for sure that was an easy kill on a Moon Queen, a good catch. Never mind. Call an ambulance.
Maybe it was all intentional from Moon Queen. He calculated it to perfection. He's just baiting them in with the TP. He knew he was going to be able to turn.
Mm-hmm. So it's only the supports that go down, but I mean, they are just about back up. So again, not the end of the world, but it does give more farm to Moon Queen. Something you don't necessarily want to do if you're WAGPO. No matter how confident you're feeling about the game right now. But again, and that confidence shouldn't really be that strong. It goes back to this is going to be a game that comes down to the execution of the fight coming up, right? Where who's going to get that jump, who's going to get that, backline hero first. So I'd love to see that. It's less about just one team overwhelming because of the stats and the farm. It's more about the execution now.
And also the confidence was, before the Moon Queen gets his item. If the Moon Queen gets one or two more items, I mean the game is going to completely change, right?
Yeah. Well,
killing the Merax in the mid lane, and now they have a big timing here. I mean they should honestly go for Rax here. They have the Restoration Stone with the 4 Malphas up. This is a prime opportunity to push, and you also have the Flint that can sit far back and hit the tower without being in any danger. This is going to be a hard defense.
It is. Wingbow just finished by Moon Queen, though, and she's coming back in. Magma is going to start the fight. Hellflower on a Flint Beastwood. In the back, that's Alonia with the flank. BKB is going to be activated, though. Malphas coming out. There's a second Malphas as well. Alonia just evaporates. Shockwave on nothing. That was a misclick there from Behemoth. Thought he went in. I hear buybacks taking place. Esthon trying to run now. Hellbringer in the back line. Matrix on top of him from Meraxis. And Moon Queen just cleaves down the Malphas. Like, it's plenty of farm out of that. I think it's safe to say Minor Totem has absolutely won this fight. Again, there were multiple buybacks used on their side. Are they going to catch Hellbringer?
That was really well played by Legion. Especially I want to give a big shout out to, I mean, the Mangoes for initiating the fight was good, but the big shout out to the Alonia just manning up with the in behind. He just got a cold sheepstick come out, blinked in behind every single enemy hero, popped his shrunken head, hexed one, and just unleashed so much damage. And like you said, now they're reaching a point where the Moon Queen can just cleave down the Malphas, so they're not going to be as scary as they were before. They're kind of losing their timing a bit here.
Picked up the wingbow going into that fight as mentioned, and he saw Flint Beastwood. He was panicked for most of that fight. He did minimal damage. He dropped to half life initially. He popped the shrunken. He kind of had to just run, and wasn't able to get far. So that was very well played by Minor Totem. And now they get a little bit of breathing room for sure. I mean, Kongor is still down for another minute and a half. So is Phoenix. So those would be some interesting timings there, but. Minor Totem is just going to keep pressure up in the mid lane, at least for now.
Moon Queen is getting absolutely out of control now. Almost up to 800 GP. I'm going to have an entire other item here.
That's crazy, actually. Yeah, what does he get? Does he... maybe he just get a symbol instead of the Elder Parasite?
Upgraded the boots just now.
Oh, that, yep. I always forget about that, honestly. That's still one of the newer things in a Reborn. That is good. What is it called? The War Steam boots. That's right.
Yeah. Now we have a tablet come out on Andromeda here, recognizing the importance of that.
Yep, I mentioned that. That's being delivered. So big news there. Hellflower on Moraxis, I believe, is either finished or it's going to be finished soon. We mentioned Magnus already having one, so yeah, they have a lot of that jump now. You talk about the Colder Sheepstick on Alonia. This Flint Beastwood is. He's not nearly as confident anymore. Yeah, sitting in the back lines. How much jump they have?
So when you're this far behind from the enemy carry, it's a pretty significant disadvantage in the terms of the items here. This Moon Queen is looking scary.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, nearly 800.
There's a Congo comes up here. It's gonna be a crucial part in the game.
No, they prioritize Phoenix
and
though.
Phoenix first. Yep.
Hellborn's running
They're
over.
realizing it, but will they be fast enough? There's smoke for it.
Ooh, it's gonna be close. Oh, this is gonna be close. If they just go, go, go. Okay, Phoenix dies, but now they're committed. Magnus stuns Behemoth, though. Behemoth's gonna get picked off the bat. You probably reset this? No, they want to keep going. Down goes Behemoth, but there goes the Shrunken out of Moon Queen. Malphus, #1, comes out. Hellbringer, he's got a second one. The second one comes out as well. Moon Queen is gonna end up dying. Oh, she's still alive, barely, finally, but the egg is up. Can they kill the egg? Yes, Thon doing what he can. Magnus done. No, the egg's not going to be killed. And here comes Moon Queen. And the cleave damage once again. Going to be returning. All the Malphus are dead. Alonia in the front lines. Doing as much damage as she can before she gets picked off. Down goes Andromeda. And actually, Moon Queen. Do they have a cancel? Yes! The body shot it hits! Magnus stunned. Trying to save his teammate. Get the turn company just released. But he cannot save Moon Queen. Oh, what a fight. WAGPO wins it.
They're going to be able to force some buybacks back here. I'm always curious in this position whether you should just go kill this Conger first or run down mid.
Same.
Because if you go do run down mid here and you force another buyback, you might not be able to get the Conger. They got 2 buybacks off. I think they will get the Conger in time, so I think they made the correct call.
Yeah, they are going to go over to Kongor. As you mentioned, get the buybacks first. That's exactly what happened. So this is going to be a free Kongor now. Well, I mean, there's no way they come over here, right? Yeah, they're not going to. It is going to be a free Kongor. Where they send it, we'll see, as always. But man, oh man, Ken, that was that. You've been there many times yourself, Chessie, where it's like you're going to stop Kongor or Phoenix in this case. It gets killed right as you're almost there. It's like, do you still commit or do you turn around? They committed, and it worked.
I feel like, especially with the Phoenix, knowing how much damage it can do, sometimes people are just really low in that Phoenix pit. And I think when you're 5 people smoking towards that area and you have all your ults up, I don't think you should just run away. I think they made the absolute correct call.
That's a very fair point, actually. Phoenix, he is known for doing some good damage, so they capitalized with it. Yeah, Hellbringer. Again, we even saw with Moon Queen, though, the shrunken head, but like I said, Malphus, it stuns through it, so there was a bit of downtime for her as well earlier on in that fight.
What's he buying on the Hellbringer with the Bracer here? Did they pick up Bracer? What does that build into?
Bola? Spiked Bola?
Oh, yeah, that could be, I mean, that's a great item.
That would be my guess.
Only problem with the Bola is that it's quite short range, and you don't really want to be in there with the Hellbringer. But yeah, we'll see.
That's one thing I think of. I mean, obviously, Astrolabe just is way too late for that, so.
Yeah.
Makes sense to be that, but there is the bottom tower going down.
This is a very interesting game now. It's
Oh,
swung, my opinion of this game has swung back and forth so many times. And when I see this Moon Queen with 800 GPM, I feel like it's just gonna get overwhelming.
Right.
But the potential for the team fight on the Hellborn side, this Malphas really makes a big difference, and it picks up a double damage on the armor on here.
No, to that point, because again, the game just continues to be that way. I'm with you. I think the game state, though, I would absolutely rather be the Hellborn team for sure. I mean, you look at the lack of buybacks also across the board on the Legion side. You cannot forget, you talked about that. Andro, Magnus, and Moraxis all are literally out of buybacks. Moon Queen does have one, doesn't have the gold for it currently. It's got to be close, though. But yeah, Hellborn's got.
How can I see the buybacks on the UI?
The tab number 1 at the bottom, the token.
Okay,
there.
perfect. Right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, they're looking to push a little bit here. They have the double damage. They have all of the Malphas up, but it might be a bit scary to push into all of this. I don't know if it's advised. He misclicked the Shrunken Head on the Flint.
Well, they saw Moraxis.
Oh no, he did not. Yep, it was not a misclick.
Yeah.
Right. It's in deep. And now Alone is behind everyone.
There we go. There's the jump. The double Malphas swap out from Andromeda does keep Moon Queen alive for the time being. They're trying to chase down the Voodoo Jester over here. Moon Queen, again, holding her ground, taking out the Malphite, trying to right-click, but the stun's out happening as the Shrunken Head running out. In the trees, though, Voodoo Jester, that ward, is trying to find him. So they finally do. Armadon gets on top of her, but no, she's going to survive, actually. And now Armadon's trying to get out of there. Maybe go for the trigger at the last second. No, Moon Queen, the beam hits. And Armadon falls. Minor Totem, they somehow do win this fight. And now they're pushing out further, and Hellbringer, of course, no Malphas threat. He is just going to be walked on down by Alonia and gets killed. Meanwhile, Andromeda.
I honestly feel they're gonna catch him as well.
That's
I
a
honestly
wipeout.
feel they had no business whatsoever being down there initiating that push into the high ground. I mean, they're not far ahead enough to be able to do that for one. But I also want to give massive cred for the Alonia's positioning. This is the second time it does this. The Moraxis was jumping in quite early, and I feel like he's just doing that kind of create space. Elonia is maybe he was smoked, but he was all the way around them, and he just jumps in and instantly solo kills the Flint Beastwood. I mean, that is such a massive pickoff. So really well played on his part.
Yeah, ooh, good reactions there. The blink in, Woka gonna miss, but yeah, Alonia then pushing out the mid lane after that fight too. He gets already pressure on the tier 3 tower. Here comes, we know what she can do. Watch the base start to melt. If she starts attacking it, there's the buybacks. Shrunken Head going to be activated, though, and it's runtime now for the Moon Queen, so...
it always feels so bad when you use 2 buybacks like that and you're not able to catch the enemy team.
Well, that's... obviously, the WAGPO was able to do that to Minor Totem earlier, and Minor Totem gets the revenge. Now, I mean, this Moon Queen nearly 900 gold per minute. I mean, it's insane.
I was just thinking about that, and if there's one silver lining here for the Hellborn side, this gold is not gonna matter anymore because he is 6 slotted.
I guess what there's
They changed the
corrupted sword.
Parasite, and then this is true, but it's not as much value from the gold anymore at least.
No, yeah, it goes back, like, go figure. Just before that fight, I said how I really like the game state right now of the Hellborn team, and I'd much rather be them. In hindsight, not anymore. I'd rather be the Legion.
No, but at the time you said it, I completely agreed, but I feel like they made a pretty crucial error. Like, hitting the base tower in a 5v5 situation when the game is even. There's no reason to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well... No doubt playing for the objective timings of Congar and Phoenix now. Congar is up in 50 seconds, as we see.
And the Armadon gave Staff the Master to someone. I would assume maybe to the Voodoo Jester, because...
looks like... No, for the Behemoth, I'm guessing. Well, actually, no, Behemoth... I'm looking for the visual effect, because there is visual effect. I think Voodoo does have it. I think his staff is lit up there.
Yeah, because it's not going to be so impactful on the Behemoth.
He does
but
have it,
a Voodoo Jester with the Portal Key and Shrunken Head, having it does a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the freedom of just being able to place it and then run away is very nice for Voodoo Jester.
Yeah.
To channel it. Yeah, he does have it. I did confirm. You scroll over it, actually, and it does confirm that. So, the Greater Spirit Ward. So, there you go. I mean, Behemoth, that is also kind of interesting in itself, though. Behemoth, obviously, staff is also really good, but not prioritizing it here.
Not really when you're a support, though. It doesn't really change anything for the hero. As a core, yes.
Is Congar up? Congar is up. 15 seconds on Phoenix, so that's the interesting thing too now. Of does one team commit to Congra, the other to Phoenix? I mean, there's all sorts of scenarios that could play out here. Look at Moon Queen, by the way, using Illusion's top lane. Pushing that in. That's smart.
Really annoying to deal with. Yeah, and both bosses spawn now. Now they're gonna be forced to show. I don't like that they're showing the 2 heroes top here. That's a pretty big mistake. You should not, like the Armadon showed and the Flint showed. They both saw them on the wave, so that's kind of green light to just jump in here.
Storm Spirit, Hellbringer, can he get the Malphus off? No, he cannot. Sheepstick gonna be activated. Down goes Hellbringer. He does not have a buyback, and it is open season for the side of Minor Totem. They take out Voodoo Jester, and now again, do they just go Conquer? Do they push? They can do a lot right here, but yeah, killing Hellbringer with no buyback and no ultimate use, that feels good for Minor Totem.
Yeah, they did have vision of all of them there with the high ground ward, but I don't know if they would have been so bold to just run into the high ground there had they not shown Armadon and Flint on one wave in the top lane. It's a pretty crucial mistake.
There you go. Yeah, so the information is key, absolutely. Minor Totem takes advantage. They get the Conquer kill. They're going to go right up to Phoenix. Why waste time? They send a Conquer mid. Yeah, it looks like mid lane.
This is a scary Moon Queen. 920 pesetas per minute. That's a lot of gold.
It's got a lot of money to work with. I mean, as you stated, though, it's like that point of, okay, you know, these are just too much at a point. But Rift Shards, I got to assume those are level 4 Rift Shards. So
yeah.
And
with that said, the potential to throw is always there when you're
True.
going high gun against 2 Malphas.
Oh my god, look at those glaives, though.
Yeah, they hurt.
Destroy. It's just 1 Rax, though. Not the end of the world if you're WAGPO.
It's not. It's still possible to be turned around here. I would like the Legion side to be a bit cautious about going high gun here and not try to force it too much, because there is always the potential to throw in a situation like this.
Yeah, game 1 definitely showed that, as far as both teams, let's be honest, have their moments as well. So absolutely, again, still not confident either way.
I like the discipline here.
Yeah.
No reason to keep hitting those rags. Did you just establish high ground vision around the enemy side here? They're smoking out there trying to get a good angle.
Behemoth, he's looking, oh, that's a big target. Alonia, they can kill him quickly. No, the swap from Andromeda keeps her alive. Out comes that Malphus in the back line, and now the fight has commenced. Alonia, Alonia catches Flip Beastwood after that, all said and done. He's locked on Storm Speaker to save him. No, the second Malphus still does come out. Moon Queen in the midst of it. He is still feeling pretty healthy. You see the red crits coming out. Alonia did end up, no, he did not kill Flip Beastwood actually. And is trying to run right now.
He bought back.
Did he? Okay, he bought back. Okay, TP'd in. So Flip Beastwood kind of coming back to the fight now. As Armadon is very low, he's eventually going to get picked up. Maybe, no, rolls away. Moraxis in the midst of it. Flint Beastwood back into the fight, but look at that damage on him from Moon Queen. Oh my god. He needs to run quickly, and he does. And so he'll survive. So yeah, that Alonia, though. The fact that not only she lived, but then did what he did to flank the Flint Beastwood and ultimately killed him.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I like to see what happens here.
Yeah, she's fine.
Like if I...
Esthon? Yeah, oh god,
Yeah, everyone
damage.
is dying here.
This is a very far Moon Queen, and once again, Flip Beastwood jumped by Alonia. He's got it. He has some not so kind words for
I
this
was just
Alonia
about to
sure.
say, despite the Moon Queen obviously playing a pretty much flawless game here with 1,000 gold per minute, I would like to really extend the MVP of the match here to the Alonia, because there's been 3 or 4 fights where Alonia has completely won them the fight by having excellent positioning, just getting in on the enemy Flint and just blowing him up, eliminating any of that damage coming back up, and he played this game really, really well with on Alonia. I mean, I'm impressed by their whole team, but I mean, especially impressed by the Alonia play.
1,028 gold per minute. I mean, that is insane. But I'm with you. I really am. I think Zdenko on the Alonia, if we were to hand one out, he definitely could deserve one there. So very well played. And you know what, Chessie, that means we get to
get to a third game
there
between these 2 teams. This is good. This is good, HoN. This is the best matches I've seen in Reborn so far.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't have it any other way. Excited for a third game.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a short break. We need it. The players need it, I'm sure. We got game number 3 going to be coming up here in the winner bracket finals for the West region. Minor Totem, WAGPO, tied at 1 apiece. Stay tuned here on HoNcast. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 3, our final match of the day for the HoN Reborn Invitational, the West Region. This is the Winter Bracket Finals, game 3 of this best of the 3 series. WAGPO versus Minor Totem here. Of course, opposite sides hit again. WAGPO will be in the Legion this time. Minor Totem on the Hellborn. And the draft is underway. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie once again. So here we are.
Hyped.
You get hyped indeed. I mean, hell, those are some great games. I mean, both 40-plus minute matches. Definitely some back and forth. I mean, 1,000-plus GPM Moon Queen. It's like, we're getting a great series here, man.
Yeah, we really are. Excited to see who is going to end up winning this in the end.
Well, it's one of these two teams that are very capable of doing so.
The draft is already started as well, right?
What's that?
It looks like the draft is already started, right?
Yep, the draft has started, yeah. So watching here, we got Pestilence, of course, the first pick. Moon Queen banned, though. So not going to see the Moon Queen, the 1,000 GPM Moon Queen.
Not going to deal with that.
Yeah, that's taken away as an option. So we are going to see
I'm
Pestilence.
interested to see Keeper being banned. Has Keeper been banned in previous matches? I didn't really keep track.
Keeper's been banned every single game, I think. Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
I'm with you. I was Keeper to me is like one of those underrated heroes, but apparently not.
I love it. I love it. I play it. I have pretty high win rate with it in my pubs, but I also play it in the jungle sometimes. But I would assume that it's mostly a solo laner in these games.
Like the offlaner, perhaps. Yeah, it's definitely high value hero, and as these teams are suggesting, I mean, again, both series, I'm pretty sure he's been banned every single game. So not going to see him here. We do got picks underway, though. A little similarity is, of course, Pestilence and Andromeda on the other side, but Riftwalker.
Riftwalker. Interesting.
Yeah. A Riftwalker.
I don't know too much about the Riftwalker as a hero, but I see it being played both as a support and as a mid laner sometimes, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to expect, honestly, with him. I'm with you there. So, all
I would assume it's a support when you pick it second pick. You don't really want to pick 2 cores immediately.
Yeah,
they have Andrew Magnus on the other side, pretty straightforward.
They lock the Gauntlet as well on the Legion side. Forsaken Archer locked on the Hellborn side. Remember, we mentioned Moon Queen and Forsaken were locked last game. This time Moon Queen's banned. They actually just lock the Forsaken, so a good chance they may end up with FA as their carry, but that's the cool thing about lock.
Yeah, it feels like both of these Moon Queen and Forsaken is just like one step ahead of most carries in their ability to scale and farm really, really fast. I see those two being contested the absolute most. We also haven't seen any melee heroes really like buying a cleaver and going the traditional route. Now we have a locked Hammerstorm though, so maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
How would they lock a Hammerstorm?
Yeah, that's that could be a fun one to see. It definitely kind of goes to what you're
I would love
suggesting
it.
there. In your face brawler. They picked up the Magnus though initially, so back over to Legion to do their pick before we get into the the final pick stage, I believe, where you can pick for the locks. So again, probably another support option. You would lean towards.
Just bust out Ophelia. That's what I want to see. Come on, do it for me.
Ophelia, huh? No, it's not going to be Ophelia. It's going to be Rhapsody.
There's still a chance.
It's still.
Hellborn.
Yeah, come on.
I've seen Aston play it once or twice in his pubs. You know,
mid Ophelia,
pretty okay.
That'd be something. The deciding game, Ophelia mid carry. Let's go. No. They locked the Jeremiah.
Once upon a time, I will always cherish this clip. You casted me getting a Rampage with Ophelia in a grand finals against TDM. I will never forget that.
Yeah. Good times, man. So long ago. Oh, it's crazy.
It really is.
It's so fun to know that here we are 10 plus years later and doing it all again.
Yep, and now we had the Forsaken North getting picked up. Does not surprise me one bit.
Yeah. Lock that carry for a reason. Make sure they can take it later on.
And I didn't see any of the Thai matches, but Rajic said that there was a striking difference in the meta between the two. So maybe I have to check out some of their drafts to see what the difference was, because this is pretty straightforward in these matches. Not too like the structure of the draft doesn't change too much,
Right.
even though the heroes might vary slightly. The Pharaoh as well looks like a solid pickup.
Okay. Another potential solo laner, of course. Great initiation, good front liner, good catch, and decent stop for the Rhapsody as well. We've seen the
Yeah,
Rhapsody big
absolutely.
plays coming out before, so gonna have to now be concerned about that. But Legion, what cores do they go with? They got Pestilence, likely Esthon Pestilence that maybe we saw previously, so I'm perhaps lining up for that again. Still use
I
their...
feel it's so hard to predict what hero someone is going to pick. Like when you've been playing like Dota for 10 or 12 years, sometimes you just know what's happening. Chronos! Yes, I love to see it. However, they don't have the most... I guess Riftwalker is a lot of damage in the Chrono. Like the Rhapsody and the Pestilence don't scream Chronos to me, but it is something different, so I love to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you
Also,
there.
you're picking it into Andromeda, who has to save.
True.
But I'm excited to see what it's going to do. It's also going to do a lot of damage with the Pestilence, but their last hero on Legion needs to be heavy damage into the Chronosphere.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at like a Defiler or a Pyromancer or something like that.
Yeah, those are actually solid options. I mean, yeah, is there anything else that really comes to mind? Ooh, Jerizaiah.
Bombardier? Jarisiah, that's not what I would have in mind. But I don't, I mean, I don't hate their draft. I think that they might have a bit of a tough time in the early game with the initiations, but I feel like if they can hit their timings and it's looking pretty even, it's gonna be really difficult to deal with this Chronos.
Yeah, no, this is fun finish there for sure. I like to see Chronospheres provide entertainment, absolutely. So got that going for us for WAGPO. And the final pick on the side of
Electrician.
Minor Totem. That's okay. Well, it's great against Jerizaiah. That's the first thing that stands out. It's having that ability to purge.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. I didn't even think about that. Absolutely. You are 100% correct. And when you have the Staff of the Master on the Electrician, it kind of makes it so that you don't want to go Staff of the Master on Jerizaiah because you can AoE purge all of them.
Right. Yeah, so okay.
Yeah, that's a cool pick. And you can also purge off the Pestilence Swarm too. It's a pretty cool pick.
Yeah. No, great value here. It's like I understand the reaction initially, right? Cause like that's probably not a hero you would expect to see. We haven't seen it at all today, but then you really take a look, and yeah, there's a couple of heroes that Pestilence is really good at, or excuse me, that Electrician is really good against, and Jerizaiah is at the top of that list for sure. So
Yeah.
the Charm and the Soul's Blessing, for that matter, is not going to be as potent this game. So still could be useful, but he'll have to now deal with the it being removed throughout fights. So
And I would love to see an early Tablet of Command or two on the Hellborn side. It's just so valuable against the Chronos, so you can push them out of the Chronosphere. So if you have 1 or 2 tablets and you have the Andromeda with the swap, it's gonna make it so that the Kronos' life is difficult.
All right, teams setting up now to get the game going for what is our final match of the day. Again, tomorrow things will continue. So the winner of this is actually done for the weekend. The winner of this gets to take a break tomorrow. They qualify already for the main event next weekend in what will be the Western
That break
Finals.
day, let me tell you, that is the best feeling in the world. Especially if you're at a LAN and you have to play the entire lower bracket and you just get to chill by the pool, play a couple of scrims.
Right.
It feels so good to get that break day instead of having to stress out an entire next day. I mean, now they get to sit in the comfort of their own homes, of course.
Yeah.
But still, just being through and getting that day off and you're getting to watch the other teams, it feels really good.
Oh, no, and I think there's even more to say about that in terms of like how new this game is, how new strategies are. Like any bit of like information you can get, not have to worry about playing yourselves. Sure. It is huge. So yeah, you're right. I think you win this, it sets you up pretty good. You can just kind of sit back, enjoy the matches, watching from afar tomorrow, and see what the other teams are doing. And so again, those other teams, you got HoN Misfits versus Backdoor Protocol. They're in the loser bracket round 1. That'll be kick off tomorrow's coverage. And then the winner of that plays the loser of this. So we'll go over that again after this game finishes. But we got game number 3 officially starting. Here we go. Picking their heroes. So So
I'm a bit torn on this as well, because I have a hard time just seeing in my head how the game is going to play out with the heroes on the Legion side, because on the one hand, I can see that they don't have too much setup to like kill people and like run away with in the early game like the Hellborn side do, but at the other side, I can also see this Kronos just having the W from the Jarisiah, and you have the Pestilence Swarm, the Kronos hitting really hard. I can just see this game going in so many different directions depending on how the early game plays out, so it's intriguing to me.
And I'm guessing, the 4 matches we've covered so far, this being the 5th one of the day, it's every single one has had some sort of a tri-lane, so I'm not going to be surprised to see that yet again here in this matchup.
Excited to see how they set up the lanes this time, because last game they realized pretty fast that the Armadon couldn't solo lane, so they actually adapted and swapped out of the tri-lanes. So let's see what happens here.
Nope, it looks like I had a bug there joining this match, so...
Yeah, I was wondering if it was on my side or not. I have the same.
So nobody join. Wonder if somebody didn't pick a hero in time? Because I feel like that's when that usually happens. But either way, they're going to remake the lobby. And we'll get going once again to game 3. Lobby is back up. Join back in.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, the other thing too, again, the earlier coverage happening with the East region. The East region essentially is the Thai region, all 4 teams from Thailand, and the final results from that. Actually, let me double check on that. I'm pretty sure Yoho, yeah, Yoho, they beat Lunar Tier in the winter finals, or excuse me, not Lunar Tier. They beat them in the first round, and then they beat them at Dark Lycans, I believe. Either way, it's Yo-Yo is Yo-Ho-Ho. they're going.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of those players on that side of the region, but I hear that they are quite strong, some of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I
do you know what's gonna happen when the regions play versus each other? Like, what's the deal with the servers? Because some people are gonna be dealing with some heavy pain.
Right, and obviously that's kind of the question. So what it is a Dubai server. It's after some testing and stuff initially. Was decided to get some servers set up there, and that's one of the other reasons we're hosting such an event like this, to really see the possibilities of doing a more global based online event and how it can work. But I will say this, I mean, yes, obviously there's going to be some latency, both teams will have to deal with some slightly higher latency than usual, but the teams are all for it. I mean, they want to compete against one another. The Thai teams want to compete against the European, North American teams, vice versa. So, you know what? Hey, we're giving them the opportunity the best we can, and we'll see how it plays out. That's the grand finals, is what you're getting at. That'll be next weekend. That's on Sunday. The winner of the East plays the winner of the West in a best-of-5 grand final. So that'll be pumped for sure. Excited for that.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of these newer players today aren't as snobby about ping as we were back then. If we had to play USEs and I was on like 90 to 100 in ping, I would be complaining the entire duration of the game. But some of these players, they are playing on like 120, 140 ping even, I see sometimes, and they're barely complaining. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, no, that's something, again, I'm not necessarily the technical guy myself, but I will say that's definitely one of the things with HoN Reborn that our team is, pretty happy with and excited for, that the servers, in terms of, you don't maybe feel it as much as you would in the past in terms of the higher latency like you're talking about. You can get away with it a bit more, so. That's to come.
We have some TPs going on here. 5 people TPing down to the bot lane immediately.
Well, let me make sure the camera's on the game. There we go. Almost had on the versus screen there. So here we go. Yeah, you mentioned all 5 of the Hellborn side immediately teleports to the bottom lane, but they are not going to catch anyone. WAGPO's playing a little too disciplined once again.
I wonder if this is going to be a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, because I just feel like Kronos is not going to be thriving in a tri-lane. So if this Riftwalker Rhapsody Kronos, I feel like they're going to be at a bit of a disadvantage against this Magnus Andromeda Forsaken Archer tri-lane. I wonder if there's any possibility that they try to set up like a 2-1-2 kind of situation and just live down in the bot lane. Not sure. Yeah. Maybe they feel like they can do well.
Well,
he's hovering around mid on Riftwalker. That is one of the things that I said that you can do. You can play a dual mid and just ensure that you crush that lane. But I'm not sure that is his plan, but we will see. He's not near the bot lane right now at the very least.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I got to assume the Hellborn, they'll maybe adjust to that if that is the case. But yeah, for right now, Riftwalker, he's chilling and waiting out. Maybe
Yeah,
get
and
some information.
if they're able to get Hellborn to react to them being a dual mid and they're sending one of their own heroes to the mid lane, suddenly the Kronos is not in such a bad position anymore. Like, I feel like a key is getting the enemy here to react. And yes, Riftwalker is moving his way to the top lane right now instead of being in the tri lane. And I feel like that might be a good thing to do, because I don't think that their tri lane would do very well in a tri lane versus tri lane situation.
Yeah, Kronos is not a hero that, as far as a core goes, that can assist the greatest when it comes
Oh,
to...
he is mid. Is it a dual mid, or is he just running by bots?
Well, he's saying hello at least.
I am so excited. No, I was been so excited to see a dual mid there, but nope, it's going bot. Let's see if they can manage to do okay.
Well, I mentioned Kronos maybe not the best in terms of tri-lane. He goes in there very aggressively. They follow with the staccato stuns, but Kronos immediately gets turned on with a crippling volley. So, yeah, no kills coming out of this, but going to force out a bit of regen early on either side.
Another thing I don't see very often from Kronos players is Kronos player loves to skill their bash on level 2. But in this situation, I don't think he's going to be hitting heroes a whole lot. I feel like skilling the rewind level 2 is going to give way more value.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
Might get the kill coming here.
That is going to be a bloodlust, isn't it? Rhapsody, yep, he is dead. Can they at least take out Magnus in
Might get a
return? No, and maybe going for Andromeda, not going to happen either. Fa does have a leap in a couple seconds. He's got a
Oh, he's going to get another stun on Mag.
Oh no, he gets stuck. Gonna get the leap off in time. No, he cannot. The golden apple. No, still can't stay alive. They finally kill Magnus, but damage certainly done by Minor Totem there. We're not done just yet, apparently.
Kills here.
TP coming in for Magnus. Of course, it's very early on, so you got to be careful to burn the pull in. Not enough damage though, and now Riftwalker's in trouble. What is going on down here? Complete chaos at this bottom lane. Magnus, he's got another stun coming up. I'm guessing. Yeah, 3 seconds. He's gonna run down this Riftwalker. That should be a kill. Put the taunt up. Okay. No taunt. Oh man, 3-1.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, Breaky, but I did say that this trial lane could get a bit dicey for the Legion side. But they have a lot of creeps coming in here. Let's see if Forsaken can manage to farm some of this up. Yeah, it's a health potion running. I feel like it's just gonna get worse and worse for the Legion side as the levels come out with the rank 2 stands. See what's happening in the other lanes here. We have the Jersey against the Pharaoh, should be fairly even. And in the mid lane we also have the Pestilence versus the Electrician. I feel like neither of those lanes should be very easy to get a kill for either player unless someone picks out a good rune on the mid lane.
Let's see some Ravens going down as well. Remember, make use of those, of course. All the newer features with Reborn. Players have seemed to be pretty practiced up on using those Ravens for vision.
And this is really nice for Hellborn on the bot side in the tri lane, that they're able to farm up this hard camp with the creep wave to pull ahead a little bit.
Magnus stuns in on Riftwalker. Andrew follow up.
It could be done here.
That should be a kill. Crippling volley. Yes, it is an easy kill. 3
Oh,
stuns.
big damage.
Big damage in return. The Riftwalker. That's what
huge.
he does bring. So despite death,
That is huge.
yeah, they do kill a
Very worth
Forsaken
it for
Archer.
them.
Yeah, it's definitely a trade worth it. We will take that.
And he did go for the. I can't see it being good not having 1 point in rewind on the Kronos here in this lane. Like even 1-1-1 would be fine, but 25% chance for a 65% heal, it's so much.
Rhapsody wishes
more
she had more of a
action.
heal. Gets taken out, but again trying to turn on the Magnus, but now he's blocked. Falls in trouble. Leaped in aggressively, but now he's in a bad spot. Crippling volley, he cannot dodge that. The taunt goes up, and the kill is successful.
Nice play by
Riftwalker.
Magnus there with the dodge of the tower hit with his team bat.
Yeah, he's played Magnus, a Behemoth. I believe he played a couple games. He's been a solid to watch for sure for Minor Totem.
I don't want to harp on it too much, but if you look at what the time live gives you skilling another point, it's another from 80 damage to 120 damage with minor slow increase. Whereas the rewind look at the value. It barely scales. It gives 65 to 70. It scales in an increment of 5%. So it's just such a value one pointer, especially in a tri lane.
I agree.
It's a pretty major error, I would say.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very. the logic is absolutely sound there. So he is at level 4. I'm curious. Okay, he is going to level it up here. So just a little bit later than maybe expected. But yeah, getting that at least that 1 point value out of it. So we'll see if that comes into play or not. The way the action's happening down here, I'm sure it will. But
Electrician is doing very well in this mid lane. He is pulling slightly ahead in the last hit department, but he's also ahead in resources.
It's just right on cue there. Good looking at the other lanes. As hope back to the bottom lane. Here we go. The cascading event pulls all 3 of them in. The Reborn doing some good damage. Andromeda, she is going to get picked off. So works out beautifully for the Legion. WAGPO, they
It's
want
looking
more.
good for them. Might get one more here.
Magnus, can he get out? Does he have mana? Yes, he's got the mana battery. Just enough mana, so he is able to escape. But solid kill from the side of WAGPO.
Okay, they are able to turn it around a little bit in the bottom lane here as far as kills goes. The major problem, of course, is that let's see, more action is happening here.
Is there back to it? Oh, Forsaken Archer. Yes, it is a kill on her as well. I guess level 4 was the point.
Mistake. Not waiting for them to be 3 there. They were just too far up. I was just gonna say the major problem there is the Forsaken is 400 GPM against the 230 of Kronos, but that evened out a little bit with that kill.
Yep, closing the gap slightly there. Still an advantage for Forsaken Archer, but definitely not what you want if you're Team Minor Totem.
And now Magnus kind of left the lane to go. I don't know exactly what he did. He went for a rune, he tipped it to the mid lane. But anytime now that there are only 2 heroes down here in the bot lane, they can die so easily. Magnus coming back in now.
You can see they're fighting over this big stack here on the hard camp. And ultimately cleaned up by the Hellborn side, but lane positioning favoring Kronos currently. He'll take some CS, but yeah, not expecting anything to slow down soon. Although Riftwalker's not there, and he's actually going to walk all the way back to base. He needs some regen. So figures it's going to take the long journey. We'll
Yeah,
eventually
don't mind
TP.
that. Yes, just right.
Top lane?
Good.
Top lane, we're possibly going to see Diff in trouble. It's going to be a 2 versus 1. Can he somehow get out of this? The heal bomb does some good damage to Pharaoh. He does have charm, but
It's
it's
gonna be fine
electrician.
here.
So yeah, he doesn't want to use it, and he is fine. He just kind of walks it off, so never mind.
I mean, anytime anything like that happens, it's so costly. I mean, the Electrician was winning the middle lane. Now he's walking all the way up to top. He doesn't even have boots. He's wasting so much
Bottom.
time, and now Pestilence is just getting...
Pharaoh TP's in. Now with the kill for Forsaken Archer. Pharaoh try to save his teammate. Can they at least get the turn kill on Kronos? The rewind procking, health potion, it gets a tick out of it. The heal from the Disco Inferno, and he's gonna live! Oh my gosh. Great save on the Kronos right there. Now here's a TP from Pestilence. You know he's looking to jump. He's got the swarm. He's gonna jump in with it. No, puts the swarm up. Was hoping somebody was in the trees. Just only level 1 leap right there, the flight, so not the longest distance. But either way, good turn for the Legion. Kronos stays alive.
I like that the Forsaken tipped mid there immediately, because when you're rotating out of your mid lane and the Electrician is absolutely stuck in the top lane, you need to do some adjustments.
Well, Pharaoh kind of going at it with Pestilence as they're battling over this 8-minute rune. I think, yeah, it's actually a haste rune picked up
That would
by
be a
Pharaoh.
big kill.
Yeah, he wins the right-click war. He's going for the kill, the cascade, the haste, though, with another mummy wall. Is he still alive, though? Disco Inferno heal? No. Pestilence is just too much damage. Good run down by Volca.
No
Right.
Electrician and Forsaken swapped lanes here. I feel like I keep saying this, but the Hellborn is doing good macro movements around the map, and they're gonna get another kill on bot here.
Yeah, they are. The hasted Pharaoh is getting great value right now. Oh, Fall went in, but he doesn't have mana.
Oh, beautiful.
I think he wanted, well, maybe he wanted a Chronosphere there, but he actually didn't have mana for the follow-up.
Yeah, I think honestly, even if it did have mana for the Chronosphere, it might not be worth it for that one kill, because then you don't have the pressure of having the Chronos in the future engagements, or just killing off a low health Magnus.
Oh,
Yeah, love the way that they're moving this Forsaken around the map. He tipped it to the mid lane, soaked up on a wave or two there, and now he's up in the top lane. He's just farming up. And I wonder what the item build is gonna be on the Chronos here. Is he gonna go for the for the cleaver Battle Fury type build, or is he gonna go for the lightning?
Parasite, or even that, yeah, I guess that Thunderclaw, there's definitely plethora of choices there for Chronos, so
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, a good kill once again onto Pharaoh. I mean, despite as tanky as he is, they are able to do enough damage to take him out. So yeah, Chronos is, his GPM has jumped up. You mentioned earlier in the laning phase, it was a bit of a struggle farm-wise, but Foz definitely stepped it up. He's about 330 now.
Yeah.
From some
Even
camps. Looking pretty good. Electrician is the top farm in the game still. That's worth mentioning.
Yes, yeah, hasn't been able to have so much of an impact yet. It's 0-0-1-0, but his gold per minute definitely makes up for it.
Oh.
Top lane.
Oh yeah, they are clashing up here. Jumping in, the charm, no electrician nearby means that's a free charm. They just take out Forsaken Archer. Riftwalker combo on top with the wormhole. Catches Forsaken
Well
Archer
done.
off guard. Well done indeed. No level
And
6
the
on
best-
Andromeda.
The absolute best thing about this happening is look at the bottom lane. Kronos is just sitting here absolutely free farming while Forsaken
Yep.
is under pressure.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, I'll definitely soak up a lot of this farm. And that GPM
Yep, and
continues to
Cleaver
rise.
it is. There he goes. He buys the life tube. I like it.
Mhm.
He wants to accelerate. Just when I said before this game, we never see any Cleaver carries. Why don't we see that? And then they listen to my prayers. And
They
lo
did.
and behold.
They absolutely did. You're right. Fall's like, I got you, boo. Don't worry. Top lane? Okay, never mind. He's fine. Thought it might have been looking to initiate there on Jeremiah, but nope. I mentioned a Super KG playing this Andromeda. He's not level 6 yet. He may get it here with a couple creep kills. But no swap threat just yet. For the time being, at least. What does Electrician
Wonder
go
what
for?
direction... I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
you're reading my mind. I wonder what the electrician is going to buy. That was just what I was about to say when we talked at the same time. I don't know. I don't know the kind of item builds for this hero. And he has this fortified bracer. I don't know if that's a Devour's Gauntlet, what
He
it is.
did just finish that, yeah, at least.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, but he has a lot of build-up. When I see this many build-up items, I feel like maybe it's a bit
Top,
too much.
oh,
Top
the
lane.
charm! Oh my god, their Melody Morsel barely saves him. Here comes Riftwalker with the combo once again. They did lose the Rhapsody, but Jeremiah lived. Big Chronos for the back lines too, but now here's Pharaoh showing up. Good mummy wall, beautiful placement. It saves the Forsaken Archer for the time being. Now Electrician shows up as well. Chronos, he wants that kill though. He's going deep for it, but at what cost? He gets the kill. With the final auto attack, the stun from Andromeda just a little bit too late, unfortunately. And it looks like WAGPO is feeling pretty good right now about how this is turning out, but it ain't over yet. Electrician is still
Magnus
very
TPing in.
healthy. Magnus is TPing in. Can he get a stun location? Purge, they're going to go on top of Jeremiah. Maybe another grip for him soon in 3 seconds. No, good job with Riftwalker, keeping them away. Somehow
Fantastic
they saved
engagement from
everyone.
the Legion team. They got away with murder there.
Yeah.
I think the Magnus wasn't able, for whatever reason, I couldn't really see what happened, but he wasn't able to be in the fight from the beginning. So they were just one hero short, a bit too close to the tower of the enemy.
That save from Rhapsody was so clutch. Jeremiah lives and
Beautiful.
able to do everything he did, the Soul's Blessing, Charm, etc. Help turn. Great play all around. The lead overall growing a bit for WAGPO, about 2,500. But Electrician, keep going back to, continues to be on top of the net worth. And Forsaken Archer, you've mentioned several times, Chessie, he's just moving all throughout the map. Now he's back to the bottom lane, trying to get some farm down here. Anywhere he can.
Yeah, he was in such a great position when he was almost twice the farm of the Kronos, but they made a few crucial errors. He might get ganked here too.
They
Oh,
want to.
he's wise to it. And yeah, you really want to be a little bit ahead here, because when the Kronos gets his cleaver up, he's gonna be farming away.
Andrew shows up at the bottom. Of course, Super KG is level 6 now, so has the swap. Coming to play. Chronosphere, not ready. About 20 more seconds, but Foz not where.
Now we have Magnus TPing to the bottom
Just a
lane.
big kill. Yeah, he just used the leap there to farm, and Pharaoh finds him
Oy,
as a
oy,
result.
oy. Huge kill.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's going to slow down that timing now of the...
Now I have 4 heroes down here at the bottom lane. They might be looking for more.
You know, Pestilence wants to fight. Jeremiah is pushing top lane meanwhile.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I love that they're not overreacting and just TPing in everyone to the bottom lane. Like If that Jeremiah would have TP'd down there at the same time, it would have been an absolute disaster, because someone needs to be up there and soaking the barn where he fall too far behind.
Yeah, he'll farm the camps as well in the jungle, and you got Forsaken Archer TP'd up here and immediately goes to the trees. It's feeling pretty scared right now. And for good reason. Kronos is up here. Kronos,
He has really good awareness on the Forsaken. It's the second time now that he's realizing that something is up. He's waiting for his teammates to connect here as well. There are 2 people coming in.
This is interesting.
See the Kronos.
Runs into the Kronos. There's a Kronos defensively coming out. Definitely not the most damage as a result, and now he's in trouble. But Rhapsody Melody, the heal from Jeremiah as well, going to keep him alive. But here comes Electrician, and now it's Hot Pursuit favoring Minor Totem. I'm guessing they're going to get Rhapsody. They should be able to. Yeah, the grip.
Yeah.
Unless...
Great save by Rhapsody there, though. He's putting himself in a position where they're kind of forced to kill him instead of going for the Kronos there.
Yeah, there's all that TP support. Magnus, the only one now here. He's busy.
Yeah. Again, you cannot have all the heroes in the same lane, and Magnus needs to get this portal key. It's a very crucial item for their team, so he needs to be the one who's soaking up some farm here in the side lanes.
Jeremiah, double stun, but he's fine. They're not going to overcommit to that, of course.
And he's buying the Staff of the Master from the Electrician. Very much in trouble here.
Swap, Andromeda, great job. The walls, but the beautiful wormhole. But the follow-up's not really there in time. It was a great wormhole, but they couldn't really get their melody.
Ooh, huge damage stuff.
The Charm Board so on the Pestilence. He's able to run down the Forsaken Archer and gets the kill. The Piercing Arrow's not going to do too much right there. And the Legion team definitely still gets the last laugh, despite a good save initially.
Yeah, they're struggling with the amount of heal that they're running up against here in between the Rhapsody and Jeremiah. So when the fights are drawn out like this a little bit, they just seem to out-heal the damage that is incoming.
Top tower, easy tower kill in the end. You mentioned the Staff of the Master being built on Jeremiah. Or you mentioned Electrician, actually. But yeah, Jeremiah is also going for it. Despite going up against this matchup here. Still
Yeah, I guess even if the Electrician has the Staff of the Master, he kind of need the enemies to be clumped up a little bit to be able to push all of them off. So it's not maybe that big of a counter.
And it also works on buildings. And it apply. Oh, okay, it does provide protective charm as well. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah.
It gives charm to everyone too. Yeah, that's really strong. Jeez. Yeah, it still makes sense for
It's
sure.
only a shorter charm though, unless I'm mistaken. It's not the full duration.
For 2.5 seconds. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, swap him in top.
Yeah, but he had charm on him. He couldn't. So Forsaken couldn't follow it.
Yeah, the Forsaken needs to get this Nullfire Blade up as soon as possible. Well, he's warping around on the Pestilence. Oh, my god, that's an initiation.
That is a 3-man impale, son. You'll love to see it if the Legion side and the pull to finish the job. They also take out Magnus. A beautiful jump by Pestilence. You cannot ask for better.
They have this game by the neck now on the Legion side. They are slowly but surely running away with it. 6.5k ahead of the game.
Top lane, Jeremiah's fine, but yeah, this is a comfortable lead for sure earlier on, and it goes back to Forsaken Archer. He's okay far, but yeah, he has been unable to really kind of get that momentum built, and you got Kronos on the other side, who does have the Rune Cleaver now finished, and so you expect that.
Yeah, and it's just also the thing is they don't have enough damage to just blow someone up on the Hellborn side, and then whenever there's a Jeremiah or the Rhapsody there, they're all really tanky. So when they're sitting behind someone and they get initiated on, they have too many ways to save each other. So even now they're gonna look to kill Jeremiah here. If they don't kill him, it's gonna be really rough for them. He is wise to it.
Yep.
So they're feeling the pressure, like they're moving around as a unit trying to make things happen, but they're also then wasting a lot of time. Electrician team into the bot lane. See if they're gonna dare to try to kill him. Tower's really low.
Riftwalker in the flank is setting up a wormhole jump, perhaps? No. Yeah, Electrician, he knows something's up. You can feel it. There's going to be the tower kill, and that'll be the end of it, it looks like. Staff, of course, on.
This Kronos is gonna farm really fast now. He just bought the Firebrand, has the Rune Cleaver up. 8,000 gold ahead while you have this cleaver. Does not feel good.
Middle lane,
Going on mid.
Pestilence. He got hit by the crippling volley. The piercing arrows follow up, and it is enough damage
Nice.
to take him out. Yeah, you got Riftrocker was there, but he couldn't really feel confident as far as jumping in.
No, there's so many heroes playing around the same kind of areas of the map. They might go for the combo pit. They go to double damage. That's a very timely double damage room. Let's see what can happen here.
Kronos is coming over. He has his Chronosphere. Magnus almost got picked off right off the bat. Does Kronos just jump in YOLO? No, down goes Kongor. Does he go in now? There's the wormhole! And
Oy,
Riftwalker
oy.
regrets it.
They were so unfortunate that they got the double damage there, because obviously they had the idea of what was going on. They just didn't realize how fast it was dying because of the rune. That's really big.
That's also players being on different pages, I gotta say. I mean, you gotta think right from the communication was he was saying go, 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 and Kronos was like, nah, I'm good. So,
Yeah, a
not to
little
jump
bit of hesitation there, absolutely. Magnus is running to the top lane to finish his portal key here. That is the correct decision. And the whole thing leading up to that was Pestilence getting caught out in the mid lane, while they had so many heroes around. They just need to have one support sitting behind the Pestilence, be it the Rhapsody or the Jeremiah, and he's gonna be fine, and none of this would have happened.
Kongor, it's being soloed by Kronos at the bottom lane. So, he is going to save the tower, so really not the highest valued Kongor in the end.
But they're getting a bit closer to the timings. There was an 8k gold lead, and now he has this Nullfire Blade. So the Nullfire Blade is so big because the Jeremiah with the protective charm was just able to bail people out over and over, and now they have a tool to deal with it. And they're actually going for the bird here. I don't know about this. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, this is a curious decision. I mean, Legion team, they're kind of aware. They're making the way somewhat, but you got Magnus' great positioning. He's got good vision here.
I feel like they're kind of baiting this.
Oh, yeah. There's a beautiful
Oh, that's
3-man
big stun.
stun. So Phoenix is
We'll
not
follow
going
up,
to be
though.
committed for in the end. Cheriziah's YOLO running in. I love it. No, do they try to steal this now? Really?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Both
There
teams
needs to be a
uncertain.
fight happening around this.
Oh, there's definitely a fight happening, Chessie. You got the smoke coming out.
Okay.
Oh,
Thunder
either
smoke.
side. Here we go. Who's going to get the jump
Love what
first?
the electrician is doing here. Love what the electrician is doing here. He needs to be doing this.
That's a
and
big
just,
catch on
taking
Pestilence.
attention.
Nice job with the melody, though. Saved from Jeremiah initially in the back lines. There's the ultimate Soul's Blessing as well to protect the melody. Maybe mitigating some damage, but all the abilities are now off. As far as the Legion's side, they've used a lot of their firepower, feels like. Yeah, Rhapsody, he's going to end up going down. Kronos, he just has to leap out. They killed Magnus, but not really the
Electrician might
healthy
get the
fight.
Jeremiah here too.
Oh, this is big. Wormhole, though, to save. Andromeda's trying to get
Fight's
out.
very speed up.
It is, and actually Kronos catches Forsaken. The Swarm debuff was up, and you just saw the damage output as soon as he jumped on top of her. They also finish off the Pharaoh. Yeah, that was a buyback from Rhapsody, but they'd gladly take
Yeah.
that.
I feel like that fight was anyone's fight to win. I just think the individual plays from the Legion side was slightly better in almost every encounter. And that's what ended up being the difference maker, because I think both sides could have really won the fight.
Yeah, I'm with. It felt like that the help word like had the control and then didn't.
Yeah, they did.
All of a sudden. Oh, Magnus! He's trying to steal it.
Magnus!
Oh,
They were a
the
little
timing
too
was
early.
Magnus.
Oh no! And now, oh, the electrician's coming in really late.
There's this,
He's fine now.
this starting to look like some chain feeding going on, but yeah, he's okay. He's really tanking the electrician. But I really like the way that the electrician is playing in these fights, because he's just using himself as a body, like a living ward running in that can't really be killed, because they cannot target the electrician. He's way too tanky. So he's giving his entire team perfect information in these fights.
Yeah. So after effect of the Phoenix, take a look. Of course, the egg on Kronos. He also got the. Well, actually, he handed off the item to Pestilence. It looks like the Heart of Fire, which is an interesting one. You know, take your item and it does provide that aura to the team of move speed and cast speed, so you'll take that. And as Pestilence, the one to equip it, and he's immediately going hunting again. Of course, he has his Staff of the Master, as we mentioned. Him and Jeremiah. That's not going really deep here, hoping to find somebody by himself, but I don't think he's going to find anyone from the looks of it. So now what do? You have an egg on the Legion side for WAGPO. Minor Totem, it's like, how do you play around this now? Obviously, you want to try to avoid as much as you can right now.
Yeah. Andromeda playing right next to the Forsaken Archer, bailing him out, so that's able to farm in a pretty aggressive manner.
Forsaken, yeah, just 430 GPM. So again, she's still sitting at a fairly comfortable spot. It's not like she's being locked down, being refrained from getting good farm. It's just
yeah,
not
the problem is you
accelerating.
kind of want to be ahead
Right.
with the Forsaken Archer against Kronos, who has to buy his cleaver before he can really start accelerating his farm.
And that
So I
did
don't-
not happen.
Yeah.
I guess 8 deaths will definitely do that. And speaking of Kronos, he's got the full Geometer's Bane. Actually picks up a Arcana now. Interesting. I'm actually intrigued to see what that turns into. A couple of options. What, Twin Blades could be one. Hellflower. Feels that's necessary.
Yeah, I
here.
think Twin Blaze is probably, because he is in my Twitch chat all the time, and whatever hero I'm playing, it's like, you should buy Twin Blades. So
Really?
I assume that Twin Blaze is what he's going to be going. He's starting to convince me. Action top.
Yeah, Riftwalker. Okay, she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, I guess. A little too deep there. And even
Yeah.
with Jeremiah cannot keep her alive, so good find by Minor Totem. And we'll take the free kill. And no, middle lane, they want to jump this Rhapsody. Do they have the burst damage? They should be able to take her out. Well, maybe not, because here comes Jeremiah. The melodies, the charm is applied. And now Pets is falling out, but Volca, he's going, he still wants this Rhapsody. It's just going to hunt her down. Big Kronos with the backlines, catches Magnus, and Forsaken Archer, but the swap from Andromeda. Well played. Look at Kronos. He immediately was actually expecting the swap. It just came in a little bit later. But now Eslan jumps on top of Forsaken Archer with the fly-in and takes her out. So even with the swap play, it doesn't matter. Forsaken Archer just simply cannot get away enough. Eruption in the backlines. Magnus, never mind. He canceled. Figured it's just no point. Oh, now he's going to try again. I mean, maybe save his teammate. It's just not going to happen, though. He's tanking, but not taking enough. And down goes Magnus as well. The save your teammate syndrome kicks in. Beautiful fight.
Yeah, they
for
just
WAGPO.
don't have any damage on the Hellborn side. Like, this electrician is super tanky and all, but like, who's dealing the damage?
Did he just click the Restoration Stone? I think he did. That was an item that I suppose I forgot about the Arcana, is a Restoration Stone.
And
On Kronos.
did it buy it straight up on Kronos?
so.
It seems like
Yep,
really
there you
it
go.
did. Holy. I've never seen a Restoration Stone that early in Kronos. I mean, it's a fantastic item in Kronos, but can
Right.
you even afford it mana cost-wise? I don't think so.
That's a good point, actually. Either way, he doesn't care about it right now. They just find a free kill on Pharaoh. No Chronosphere needed right there, and they're just going to keep pushing. This pure momentum right now for WAGPO. This is going to be a hard train to stop.
Yeah. I honestly feel like they don't have the damage to kill anyone. Like, Electrician is super tanky and all, but they have literally no damage. Forsaken can deal a little bit of damage, but that's it.
Oh, see,
Oh
Swarm
my
applied.
god. Yeah, I was looking at that too. It looked like it hurt, just the swarm on the Forsaken.
It really did.
Destroyed a Hellborn
If
tower.
Pestilence jumps, he's probably dead, but yeah, you can obviously purge it off, so gets it off quickly. But another tower dead. That's the bottom lane. In this lane.
4,000 gold on Pestilence. Gonna buy something, Shrunken Hell, straight up.
Oh, I love that. They just TP to the Conqueror at the top lane too.
Yeah, really nice.
The Legion
That's
have
a
destroyed
free
a
top
Hellborn
tier
tower.
2, so it's all WAGPO at this point here in game number 3, trying to close this one out.
I like that they're patient here. There's no really need to risk it, although I think that they could probably have just keep pushing and winning the game. But there's no reason to take that risk because they're so far ahead.
Yeah, Forsaken Archer, again, she's 470 GPM now, so not too shabby, but it just continues to be the case. They don't have enough of a save, they got to get the jump themselves first, get the quick kill, but easier said than done. Without Forsaken pumping in damage, they just don't deal damage. Electrician is
Mid
not a
is gonna
damage
be an
dealer.
initiation here, it looks like. Smoke versus smoke.
Pharaoh scouts one at least. Oh, nice charm, but immediately gets purged off. Pharaoh jumps Rhapsody. No surprise there. Nice down with the piercing arrows as well, but it is not enough damage. And you know the turn's coming. One Chronosphere happens. There goes the kill on Magnus. You got Electrician again, a beefy boy, but likely gonna fall eventually. There you go. Forsaken Archer.
Look
She
at
was just dead
Cronus'
missing that.
mana. He refreshed and has no mana for another gold.
Okay, there you go. Now he has enough.
Yeah.
Not even needed though. Pharaoh's gonna end up dying as well, and this is gonna be a complete wipeout
Pharaoh.
in favor of WAGPO. So go figure, we got game 3. It happens to be our just most decisive one. The first 2 games, a lot of back and forth. Really don't know who's gonna win until the very end. This one, WAGPO just they got momentum early and they did not stop with it. It was never
Yeah, I
a doubt.
think I cracked the code to why they won this game. So if you look at the MMR leaderboard here, you have Twitch Eston X at number 1 at 3030 MMR, and then you have Matej at 2988 at number 3, and Super KG at number 4 at 2910. So I think that the key to winning these games is having that number 1 spot on the ladder and just imposing your dominance already before the game has already started.
There you go. It's a perfect science. There's no questioning about it, indeed. Yeah, it's a free kill there on Andromeda. I think this one's basically over. You see they're just sitting in the fountain. I think they might have even made the call already. Yeah, it looks like they have.
If they will get to fight their way through the lower back, they might be able to play each other again. And I would love to see if one of Matej or Super KG can surpass Eston in rating. And then, if they're able to then win the game, then we can confirm that the theory is true.
I like it. Stuck up on that. That's great. No, it is official, though. They have GG'd out. Again, there's no concede currently into the game with competitive play, but one of the things that's still coming. But with that said, that means WAGPO 2-1. They are going to be victorious in the winter bracket final. So yeah, as we mentioned going into this, they now gonna sit back, enjoy tomorrow's coverage, watch it from afar, do some more scouting because they are already now in the main event, the Western Finals. That'll be next weekend. Minor Totem, they will, however, be playing tomorrow in the lower bracket finals to see if they too can advance on. They play the winner of HoN Misfits versus Backdoor Protocol, and that'll be the series that kicks it off tomorrow in the lower bracket there. So a whole another day of coverage for the Western region will be taking place. But congratulations once again to WAGPO. Played very well, very impressive, and deserving of this victory. And a dominant performance, especially in game number 3 here for sure. So, but I'm with you. I mean, obviously a rematch is definitely very possible next weekend. We'll see what Minor Totem's able to do though in their matchup tomorrow. But there you go.
Yeah, it was fun casting. I haven't really done any. I can't remember if I've done any casting like this. Maybe once or twice, many years ago. But I enjoyed it. And for you, those of you listening in the Twitch chat, I promise I will do my absolute best in not mixing up the Heroes of New Earth and the Dota names, because I've seen that has been the #1 complaint. But it's hard, okay? I'm doing my best.
I love it. No, this was fun. It's good to be back, man, here on HoNcast. It's so weird to say that, but here we are back in 2026, the HoN Reborn Invitational. We got our day 1 of our coverage here. There's still tomorrow, but obviously even next week, and this is hopefully, and I'm sure it will be the beginning of much more to come with competitive HoN Reborn. Excited for it. So. Yeah, we are good to really wrap this one up though officially. Get this coverage in the books for day number 1. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We will be back at it at 12 p.m. Central European Time. Once again, or excuse me, sorry, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Mix up the time zones there.